But I promise we are going to be starting soon. Although if you are really early, there's a good chance you might actually have to watch this over again another once or maybe 2 times, depending on how quick I get to the stream. So enjoy it again, maybe, unless you hate it. Sorry. So as I say, coming up in today's stream is plenty of me mispronouncing names, probably losing quite a few games, maybe the odd bottle job, and the very occasional win might just come into this. Unless, of course, we're not streaming Football Manager, then it's out the window. Hi guys, it's me, Tom. We're starting the stream soon. It's going to be really good. So please stick around. I'm desperate for you to please stay. Please. Okay, I'm not actually that desperate, but okay, I'm lying, I really am. Please stick around. The stream's gonna be good, I promise you. There's gonna be so much coming up in this stream. But I promise we are gonna be starting soon. Although if you are really early, there's a good chance you might actually have to watch this over again another once or maybe 2 times, depending on how quick I get to the stream. So enjoy it again, maybe, unless you hate it. Sorry. So as I say, coming up in today's stream is plenty of me mispronouncing names, probably losing quite a few games, maybe the odd bottle job, and the very occasional win might just come into this. Unless, of course, we're not streaming Football Manager, then it's out the window. Hi guys, it's me, Tom. We're starting the stream soon. It's going to be really good. So please stick around. I'm desperate for you to please stay. Please. Okay, I'm not actually that desperate, but okay, I'm lying, I really am. Please stick around. The stream's gonna be good, I promise you. There's gonna be so much coming up in this stream. But I promise we are gonna be starting soon. Although if you are really early, there's a good chance you might actually have to watch this over again another once or maybe 2 times, depending on how quick I get to the stream. So enjoy it again, maybe, unless you hate it. Sorry.
We are back. Come on then. Let's get into the most exciting part of the season, the Champions League qualifiers. Man, we have started building a pretty decent team here for Season 2 with Denise Castreda, and things are looking pretty good for us as we won the first qualifying round in the Champions League. That was exactly what we wanted to do. Now we've got a really, really good chance of getting ourselves into the league phase of any European competition. The better, the higher up the better, obviously. If we get the Champions League, you know, that's absolutely fantastic. Not sure if we actually will get to the Champions League. We've got some difficult games to come, particularly in our second qualifying round as well. But you know what? we're going to try and give it our best shot possible. Welcome into the chat, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Straight away, Orlando NSI, thank you very much for the prime. Much appreciated. Good to have you here. Scott Harper's here. He's playing FC 26 goalkeeper mode. Isn't that player career? That's difficult. Also, a lot of patience for that. I love player career mode on FIFA or FC game, but I'm always a striker. Goalkeeper feels like that is... it's a lot of patience, that one, definitely. Let me know how it's going, mate. Let me know how it's going. Remon... I can't say a full username there. There's lots of Rems in there. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Welcome into the chat. Hope you're all right. James is here. Hello, my friend. Good to have you with us. Hope you're okay. Kilzana, yo, first time catching a stream. Big fan of YouTube. Well, good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you with us. And hopefully you can join us on our journey with the nice Shredder. Dobry Virtua Thomas. How would you rate your experience with the Slovak League so far? Is it a fun league? I think it's a good fun league, Woj. I do quite enjoy it. I feel like we've not the most difficult start to life in this league yet. I think it's been a little easier for us given how poor other teams did in Season 1. Žilina getting relegated, Slovan Bratislava down in like 5th place. Like, no one showed up apart from us. So it was a bit easy in Season 1. I'm thinking Season 2 is going to be a little bit more difficult. At least I hope it's going to be. Just won the Bundesliga with St. Pauli as goalkeeper mode. Fair play. You've kept plenty of clean sheets there, Scott. Sounds like it's going pretty well for you. Hey, Jeff, W. Lover. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Welcome into the chat. Glad to have you here. Does Serbian League split into two? It does. I think at the end of the season, I think it splits into a championship group and a relegation group. The same as it does in Slovakia as well. Sorry, I had loads of water to drink before I started streaming. Now I'm burping loads. Apologies. Not very nice. Right, let's catch you up then from what's happened, well, in the last stream, basically, essentially. Let me just jump into the game so we can show you what is going on over here then. So, first thing to talk about is probably transfers. That's the main thing that happened in the previous stream. It was the transfer window. We've done some decent business. I don't think we're quite done with our business just yet. We've made 1.9 million by selling Andreas Gruber to a club in Saudi Arabia for £1 million. Gago has gone to Herenveen in the Netherlands for £750,000. And then Redzic has gone to a French club. Are they Serie C? That's Italian, isn't it? The second division, Ligue 2. They are a second division side in France for £78,000. Not an awful lot of money there. Hertz left at the end of his contract to go to Clermont Foot. That was rather frustrating to lose him, but I think we've done well in trying to replace him. What we have done is spend 1.1 million so far. We've got more money to spend still, but trying to spend it's quite difficult. Transfer budget, easy. We've got loads of that. It's the wage budget that seems to be the issue because players want some big money to move to us. I think the marquee signing for us, one we've not really seen too much of so far, is Eric Prekop. He is a Slovakian centre forward, 13 finishing, 14 composure, 11 pace a little bit low, but he's more of an experienced lad out there to have in the team, and I'm sure will do pretty well in this division this season. He's got 7 caps for Slovakia, which is fantastic, and only played a couple of seasons actually at the start of his career in Slovakia, so most of his career over the border in the Czech Republic. But here he is, almost £500,000 spent on Eric, and I think he's going to do a good job for us. We've upgraded at left back as well with Simone Davy, who can play at right back if we need him to, but he's certainly a left back there with 13 crossing, 12 dribbling, okay defensive attributes there with 12 marking and 12 tackling too. I think he'll be a solid upgrade on the players we have there already, and already rated at £1.1 million in terms of transfer value. So we've made a bit of money there potentially if we do try and sell him. Santos Diver joins us on a permanent deal after we brought him in last season on loan. I don't expect to see him play too many games, but will be a very good rotational option there for us for £200,000. And he is German, already valued at £1 million, and I think we can probably sell him on for a bit of profit down the line as well to a German second division team or something like that. So I think it's a good bit of business for us there, bringing him into the club. On a free transfer from Regensburg in Germany is Adrian Fenn. He's more of the Hertz replacement, to be fair, more of a backup player, to be honest with you, but will certainly be good quality for us in the midfield. And then we've also brought in Ronald Koeman Jr. Ronald Koeman's son is a goalkeeper, is a backup goalkeeper for us. Might play a few games if they're here and there, but at 31 years old, it was a fairly cheap option to bring in to have a good, solid European backup goalkeeper because we've got so many non-EU players. We need to get rid of some of them. Only allowed 5 in the matchday squad. So that's all part of the reasoning there. We got started as well with the pre-season and the Champions League first qualifying rounds. We got drawn against a Finnish side called SJK. Drew 1-1 in the first leg. A little bit frustrating, that one. We absolutely battered them in the second leg though, but only just won 2-1. I think the match stats were like Yeah, 25 shots to 7. We only just won 2-1, and that was thanks to a penalty, really. So we scrape through into the second qualifying round, where we have to play Riga. They play currently in Latvia, because they're from Latvia. It's the capital of Latvia. They beat Dinamo Tbilisi in their first qualifying round, which is quite impressive. So I'm a little bit nervous for this game going on at the moment. I think that might be a little bit tricky for us, potentially, but we'll see how it goes. Last season, we thought we had really difficult Conference League qualifying games against Shakhtar Donetsk. We beat them. Hibs, we beat them. So, you know, maybe we should have a bit more confidence about us to be beating Riga, potentially. That's what I'm thinking about a little bit at the moment. So, if we jump into the squad, I was sort of looking at a few things before the stream started, trying to work out the very best lineup that we've got, actually. I think, actually, if we go to the tactics screen here, it's a little better. Trusa is maybe the best striker we've got at the moment. We've got no reason not to start him, given that he was so good last season with 25 league goals. Was it 25 league goals or 25 goals in total last season? 17 in the league, 25 in total. So a very, very good record, right? No reason not to start him too much. But, of course, we have got Prekop on the bench, ready to come on and start a few games there. Of course, I guess technically, actually, the summer signing. We signed him last January. He joined this summer, actually, and I've totally forgotten about it because he wasn't on the transfer history screen there. But Amara Diouf, the 18-year-old Senegalese wonder kid, has come in to play on that left wing. Play with his right foot, obviously, as an inside forward. So he's essentially a new signing as well, actually. He's a very important signing for us. 2 caps for Senegal already, which is fantastic. Only got 4 goals in 32 games last season for Generation Foot, but 5 assists as well. 7.11 average rating is not bad. I think it's a really good signing for us, especially for £200,000. Seems like an absolute bargain now, especially when you look at his current transfer value. On the other wing, Bruno Durdov, another guy that we signed last January, an 18-year-old Croatian winger. Looks solid. I think will do a great job for us, particularly with the high finishing, first touch and dribbling. Mateta Pepper behind them. So actually we've got 3 teenagers behind Trusa, because Mateta Pepper is now only just turned 20 years old. Literally 5 days ago he turned 20 years old. Happy birthday for 5 days ago, Mateta Pepper. You were very good last season. I'm expecting the same kind of things again. We're also trusting a teenager in the midfield. I'm putting Blaszko in the firing line this season. This feels like a little bit of a risk on the grounds that he's probably not the very best player that we've got available to us. But given that he's 19 years old, given that he's got decent potential, I feel like he might be worth training and working with, especially because he's a homegrown player as well. Played 22 times last season and got a 7.09 average rating, so he's not that bad at all. But whether he's going to cut it in the Champions League, I don't know. Zabukovnik next to him, of course, is going to be really solid. We signed him last January. We had a lot of players last January, but this midfielder is probably the best midfielder we've got at the club. And then when it comes to the back line, we've got the new guy, Dave, we spoke about earlier, a new right back in Roy Torres. We signed another player there, didn't we, to be fair? Roy Torres. When did he join us? 205k this past summer. I don't know why he's not showing up as well. Maybe he joined before the transfer history update, but he's a new right back. So actually we've got quite a few new players joining the team, haven't we? There's Amara Diouf and Roy Torres, who still we haven't mentioned there. But in they come, with Ortiz, Bationa and Bartels making up the rest of the first team. So there's a rundown of the team, the transfers that we've done for anyone who kind of missed things last time out. Chat is going off quite a lot at the moment, to be fair. Can I throw a request to do getting a Southend United out of the National League? At some point, I reckon we can probably do something like that. If they have a really big sob story, we'll probably work on something like that. What do you like playing in Europe whilst I'm playing with Yeni Malatspor in Europe? Good luck, man. Sounds like a difficult challenge. First time watching your streams, I was actually a volunteer in Donetsk, Australia during the Under-21s this year. Nate, you know all about this team. Who do you reckon is the best player for Donetsk, Australia? Let me know. Time to bring Oldham back to the Premier League. I mean, that's quite a good story as well, to be fair. And the FIFA Champions Cup, second time with the Gunners women. Well done, James. Huge achievement there. Congratulations. Get on FM now. You love to see it, Scott. Raltech, hello, mate. Good to see you. You're so fluent in Japanese. I'm yapping on a bit this morning. Morning, evening. But I'm excited about our team. I just love talking about the team. Shout out from Brazil. Any signing recommendations for a championship save? Even Bartholomew from Lincoln City. Get him in. He's going to be very good. Chelsea Superfan, hello mate, good to see you. ACFM, hello my friends. And Tobias is also here as well. Hey Tom, can you pick a team for my FM team? I tell you what, the best way to do it is with surprise shirts. Link in the description on YouTube. Use code TomFM for 10% off. That's the reason we're doing this save right now. They sent us a mystery box. This came inside it, and we're having the best time ever. It's much more fun when you get given a team, I suppose. I mean, I can give you a team if you want. I'm always going to say Lincoln City, but surprise shirts are always a very, very good way to do it, in my opinion. Jamie, good to see you. And Yasin, hello. Welcome in. Right, I think we're all caught up to date on what happened in the last stream. How many days have we got left until our next game? We've got a friendly against Mines, which the assistant manager will do. And then we've got the Riga game on Tuesday the 21st. So not long, actually. Do we want to do that friendly? Do it? Maybe. Maybe we do. What I'm going to do is quickly save this team lineup. Save team selection as one, and then I'll just clear it to make sure the assistant manager picks his own team and doesn't just use the players that I've got there, because I don't want them all to be tired for that game coming up. We've got a few fitness issues already with Mateta Pepper, Bationo and Prekop, although they're probably coming back from injuries. That's probably why. So what we should do is start looking a little bit more at transfers, and what we maybe should be doing, actually. I kind of want to spend the money that we've got, if I'm honest with you. We've got £1 million transfer budget, and if we look at the club, we've only got £3 million in the club bank account. I feel like unless we get very lucky this season by getting to the Champions League and get a ton of money, we're not going to get this kind of budget again for a little while. So I kind of want to spend it, but given that wages are such a big issue for us, what we should be doing is adjusting the scouting budget, transfer and wage budget. We're paying 77,000, 78,000 basically, 70,000 there. If we can get this to like, well, that takes a big chunk out, doesn't it? Just getting to parity, because I wanted to go to like £85,000 a week on wages, and then we only have 279. If we did this, we could look at loans instead. Loans might have to be an option there. Gives us £8,000 per week in wages to be spending, and we can look at loans. The area of the squad that I think we need to really strengthen, first and foremost, actually, is the attacking midfield. We've only got Mateta Pepper, really. We could try and promote a few youngsters, but I seem to recall from last time, because we tried to play youngsters last season, maybe they had to be 16, not 15. But I'm thinking maybe they have to be 17 years old to play. We'll try and bring a few youngsters through anyway, if it works or not. Is there an actual rule on here? There's the league rules. Because we definitely had some issues trying to play them last season, but it might just have been because they were 15, not 16. I can't remember. There's nothing on here that seems to suggest there's an age restriction. So maybe we can play them. I don't know. I'm not sure. Look, we'll worry about it when we get there. We've got a decent team, but I'd like to maybe bring in a couple of players on loan, for example. What are we looking at here? What's the filter here? Strikers, EU nationals. We signed a striker, that's fine. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to go to loan listed, and then we'll edit this and just go to loan only persuadable. And I'll tell you what, let's look for attacking midfielders. There's not a huge amount we've got scouted out. If we sort it by transfer value, there's a 16-year-old here from Pexwalla who's not good enough yet, but he must have high potential to be valued at nearly £11 million, I must say. Played a fair amount in Slovakia, you can play 15-year-olds in the league. Okay, that should be okay. We should be able to get some backups from the youth team in there. Mario Sora here at Toulouse. Now, he is much better. But we're only looking for backups, really. We're looking for someone to... and he's on £7,000 a week, so I don't think we want to really pay... If we go to, like, make an offer loan, they want 100% of wage. I'm not going to pay £7,000. I want someone as a backup as well. I don't really want someone to be starting. Because we've got Mateta Pepper to get some... to get the goals for us, haven't we? We need to start him. He's our kind of player that we're trying to build around a little bit, aren't we? In my opinion. Do Morton from Scotland one day, maybe. Got no clue who the best player is, but you can look at the Czech League, you can get some good players for solid prices. Okay, the Czech League is worth looking at then. First time seeing you live. Sadly, it's the week I got fired. Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, you'll find something new soon. Assuming this is real life and not Football Manager you're talking about, though. When it comes to this, it could be either way. It could be either way. Loans. Yeah, we need Zealand here, don't we, to help us out with the loans. Yeah, I'm just trying to look for like the expensive players, thinking they must be quite good actually, but we need someone who's not as good as Mateta Pepper, but we need someone who is still going to be a solid option should Mateta Pepe go down with an injury. I don't think this guy is it. Who have we got scouted out? No one there, apparently. Well, that's not good, is it? What Vic centre midfield? We're playing centre mids and attacking mids, aren't we? Slovakian Arta Musak can play centre mid and attacking midfield, which is what we need him to do. Is listed for loan, obviously. Slovakian, which kind of helps, to be fair. Did he ever play for us in the past? No, he played for Zemplin, though, and then sold for big money to Banik. How good is he in comparison to Raby, Mateta, Pepe? The answer is not as good. But not by like a massive, massive margin. Do we think? As a backup option, I think he might be quite good to getting on loan. I assume he's going to be quite cheap as well. Yeah, they want... Okay. Oh, they want a fair bit of monthly playing time. 130 grand it will cost us if he plays. £250,000 if he doesn't play. If we say we'll pay 100% of his wages... they don't go like squad player, are they? Lock that in. If I say 0 on both of those and lock them in... No, they say no to that. How about just 10 and 10? And that's going to be like £125,000 apparently. Let's make the offer on that and just kind of hope for the best really with that kind of thing. Who knows? First time catch you live. I want to say thanks again to Football and FM. You love to see it, man. Into football and FM. That's 2 big things there. Usually if you start watching my videos, you're into one or the other, which is usually football first. So how I've got you into both, I don't know, but that's impressive. Glover Delamate, good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Also, while I think about it, I think a centre-back would be quite good to get in on loan as well. So let's just see who is listed. Jakub Jakubko. I wouldn't mind getting him in, although again, it's a young Slovakian player. He's actually not that good. So again, maybe we look at the most expensive players possible. And hope for the best here. Do you see any names that you recognise? That's kind of what I'm looking for here. If I recognise a name and they're red or for loan, they must be fairly decent. Maybe not. This guy at Sassuolo. Right, let's compare him to... I guess he'd be replacing... Amund... Oops, that's the wrong guy. Eamon Bationo. Right, compare these two. Yeah, Bationo's an awful lot better. So we need to look for someone better than Bationo. Otherwise, it doesn't really feel like getting a loan in here is the best choice for us. Let's go back to ability. Or just who's really good in general. We've got this guy scouted at before, he looks alright, but he's a striker, we don't need strikers. Tom Lepanont, I feel like I've heard of him before. But must have been a lot better in the past. Did he play for Saint Etienne or Lyon? Neither. I don't know where I got that from. Big into manager games. I guess YouTube thought I'd like FM. Want to go and see a match, but I'm American. Not that interested in MLS. There's loads of different leagues in America, though, like USL, USL 2. Oh, it was USL Championship, USL 1, USL 2, right? Is that how it goes? There must be other leagues as well in America. But I think USL is kind of like the next sort of big thing in America after MLS. And that feels a lot more grassroots, I believe. There's a lot more fan engagement there and actually owned by fans and promotion relegation and stuff like that. Or at least they're bringing promotion relegation into it at some point, I think. I'm pretty sure. This loan bid has been rejected. Okay, maybe to get him in, we just have to sort of pay the money. I don't really want to pay the money, though. Because they wanted quite a lot, didn't they? They wanted like... go 15. I think it's probably a squad player part that they're not too keen on. So yeah, they've gone back to important player 21. Okay, we won't do that just yet. Then, if we really start to panic, we'll think about it. Were there any other options here? This guy at Karlsruhe on £3,100 a week. More defensive midfielder as well, not attacking midfielder, which is kind of what we need. This guy Ujpest is not really what we are looking for. If you're going to compare him with Raby, Mateta, Pepper. Attributes. Yes. Again, it's backup though. Maybe he would be okay as a backup player. Would they accept that? They're not asking for any monthly fee, to be fair. If we go squad player and just say no role selected, they want, okay, 300 quid a month, yeah. Let's accept those demands. We'll get this guy in as a backup player for us. Which seems fairly sensible, just to have someone in there behind Mateta Pep. But we may end up just playing an under-18 kid as well. I think we have a decent-ish attacking midfielder coming through. I think if we go to squad under-19s... I thought he's called Kovac, but that's a goalkeeper. And this was another Kovac. David Kovac. Yeah, he's miles behind. But he might be worth just playing a little bit. He might be just worth playing a little bit. Who is the most valuable out of all of these? That usually gives a nice indication as to who is quite good in terms of potential. Dennis Simcoe. Or Shimko. Right back, valued up to £850,000. Okay, he's probably the best of the bunch then. He's got 5-star potential. We'll keep tabs on him, but we have got a decent right back, 2 decent right backs already. That's not really the area that we're looking for. We've got to do captains now as well. Okay. Jan Christoph Bartels looks like... Oh no, Blazek. Oh, he's not at the club though. I reckon, based off this, Jan Christoph Bartels should be captain. If we sort it by leadership. Oh, he's dropped down quite a long way now. Where is he on this list? Jan? He has now vanished. I guess I've put him in there. He's 12 and 12. Which isn't bad at all. Blazek would have been a good shout, but he's not going to play much. Zabukovnik will play a lot as well, so I think we will make Zabukovnik the vice-captain too. They're both older players as well. 27-25. Cool. Confirm the captains for the season. Taking a look at Bob Gay. AMC picked him up for my Hansa Rostock team quite cheap whilst in the Bundesliga too. Okay, let's have a look at him, shall we? Good name. Superb name. And is good. Valued at £900,000 to 6.4 million though. Has he just moved? No, well I guess in reality, but... What team do you support in real life, Tom? Lincoln City, they're my team. No, don't want him on loan either, that's fine. That's okay. Looks like we've got a few bids coming in. I did also, before we start the stream, offer a few players out before I forgot to do it. And I forgot to do it. Because I forgot about these as well. So, good job I did it before the stream. I wanted to get Dennis Valko, a young striker, out on loan. He's wanted as a regular starter there, fringe player there. So we'll go to let him be a regular starter. You are a really crap winger, but we don't want anymore. So you can just go for £11,000. That's fine. And Lammy's a centre-back who doesn't look... he looks okay. Fringe player, no. We'll accept the regular starter there instead. Sweet. So a few bids coming in. No bids coming in for Mark Singer, who we tried to sell. Anyone want him? He's transfer listed, unregistered, but transfer, ask agent about interest. No one wants him. So this time, because we've also before done transfer room, let's offer via an intermediary. And they have found someone who's willing to buy. It's not much money anyway, so I think we'll take the 8% fee at £100,000, 130. That'd be amazing to get that kind of money for him, by the way. That would be amazing. Is Jafuni available to sign by any chance? If only he was available to sign, Jafuni. That would be perfect, wouldn't it? And then this guy as well is a bunch of crap. We don't want him anymore. I mean, how bad do you have to be to have one crossing, one dribbling, one finishing? I know you're a centre-back, but still. Hired an intermediary to sell him. Even the intermediaries can't do it. His contract ends at the end of the season. He's not on much anyway, so I guess we can just kind of like... Oh, someone does want him. Okay, good. For about £1,000, but it's better than us paying him £250 a week for the season. And it just narrows things down a little bit for us. Cool. There's so many players that we've got on our transfer list now, or short list, because we've just been asking their agents about them, but they all just go onto the short list, and I keep getting bits of information about players that I've no idea why they're coming up, and then I realise we must have asked their agent about them at some point, so it gets quite confusing sometimes. Hello Tom, how's it going? Pixter, all good, thank you. We are about to play the first leg of the second round of the Champions League qualifying. Let's just go into our first team selection. Now, because we've signed players later in the window, we've got players who we can't register. Like Davey, for example. Truser got injured in the friendly we just played and is out for 4 weeks. Lep, thanks for the Prime, man. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. The worst part about this is that Prekop, the other striker, has signed after we did registration for the Champions League, so he can't... Oh, no. Okay, well, this genuinely might just derail everything that we're working towards now. We haven't got another striker. Ramadan can play up front. He's not perfect at it. He can. Durdov can play up front. Are you better at... Durdov might be better up front, actually. And then we bring Ramadan on the right wing, sorry. That's what we're going to have to do. We've got so many unregistered players. One, because we signed so many of them after the registration for the Champions League qualifying rounds began. But also, we just don't have many... we don't have many players who are homegrown at the club. So we have to have like a limited number of... a limited squad size anyway. I think we can get 19 players registered maybe. And just a ton of like teenagers. So, I mean... Udvarosh onto the bench as well, fella. Why not? Let's get you on there. Can we actually get any of the under-19s on the bench? I don't really want to because I don't really think they're very good. But we can get them on there just a bit. Is it even worth doing it at this point? Who was the right back we saw a minute ago that we said was quite good? We sorted by position. Goalkeeper, goalkeeper, Simcoe. Right, you're the right back. You can go... I'll tell you what, how do we do this? Navigation is tough on this game sometimes. You go sub 1. Oh, it doesn't work like that, okay. How do I pick someone in sub 1? Simcoe, oh, there we go, sub 1. You can be sub 1, Simcoe. And then there was Kovac, wasn't there, the attacking midfielder, who seemed okay. Kovac, get yourself on the bench as well. Sub. That'll do, that'll do. I can't be asked to go through all of them at this stage. Right, under 19s, get out of here. That's the team that we're going to have to go for then. A slightly tweaked team, which is not the strongest team possible. The second qualifying round. Frustratingly, we couldn't register more players in between the first and second qualifying round, which is feels like we should be able to, but we haven't been able to. So we are lacking a little bit here. And now we've got to take on Riga, who did beat Dinamo Tbilisi in the first qualifying round. And they're good. Not no situation whatsoever, but I think signing Joe would be an amazing idea. I mean, we did look at him, to be fair, last stream, actually, in the transfer window. A bit about our price range right now. We can't quite afford him. But maybe in a few seasons' time, after we've won 2 or 3 Champions Leagues, he might think about coming to us. Potentially. Listen to that beautiful... Can you hear the Champions League music, by the way? I'm not sure if I've got that turned up a bit. Ah, you should be able to hear the Champions League music in the background. At least a little bit of it. That would be nice. Just got fired on my first save. Unreal. Oh, mate, unlucky. What's happened then in your first save, Hyperhal? What's happened? Yo, Thomas, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Welcome in. You've joined at the exact right time. At the exact right time. Facing Riga, yes we are. Okay. Second qualifying round, first leg. We're at home for this one. Let's hope for the best. Because I'm feeling a little bit cautious. I'm not feeling particularly optimistic given the injury situation and the fact we can't register players that we keep signing. Crazy how last FM he would get released within 2 seasons and bounce around the National League, and now he's a superstar. He'll get a Premier League move next summer, I reckon. I don't think he'll move this January, but I think in summer, someone in the Premier League will take a sniff at him and think he's worth signing. Particularly if he carries on how he's been playing in the first half of the season. Mateta Pepper, oh, he hits the post. That was the time for us to take the lead there, get another lead in this game, and we'll be cruising through as we deal with the danger that we've put back into the middle. That was the moment to take control of the game. It's Bruno Derdov. We signed him in January last season. He's been really quite good for us. So thankfully he can play up front. We're going to have him more on the right wing in our team. Amara Diouf on the other side. We've done pretty well with getting some very good youngsters early in this save file. Hopefully those two can develop with us for a few seasons before inevitably we sell them for only probably like £5 million, because I don't think our league is going to get particularly reputable. And I don't think the reputation of the league will improve enough to command 30, 40, 50 million pound transfer fees. So I don't think we'll make huge money off them, unfortunately. But we'll do our best to develop them and get a bit of money for them down the line. Ramadan brings the ball forward. He's coming forward in a bit of danger there. His shot aimed for the top corner, saved by the keeper. And actually we do seem to be the better of the two sides right now. 8 shots to 2, 5 on target, 60% possession to 40% possession. How did this lot beat? Maybe I'm just being really... I'm assuming that Dinamo Tbilisi are much better than they actually are. Maybe they're actually no good, but I seem to think they're a pretty decent side. So we'll work it out at some point. But for now, it looks like we are in the ascendancy. We need to get a goal before half-time. Got 3 minutes plus any added time to do it. As Riga play the ball around at the back. It's our home leg, this one, so we've got to make the home fan advantage count as Blaszko finds Mateta Pepper, forwards to Derdov, plays a great ball through to Ramadan, and there's the goal. We knew we had to get one early on, and there's the goal that puts us in front here. Nice Castretta 1, Riga 0. What is the Corona Kielce of Poland doing in the Champions League? Did they just win the Polish league? We'll double check that in a second, shall we? Apologies for the terrible pronunciation, but there we go. No doubt we'll get a move within the next 6 months. It'll be perfect if in the summer we go up, because we can get him straight into the squad and try and stay up. I could see someone like Wolves or West Ham launching over this window if they get desperate, miss out on targets though. I think they'd want someone with a bit more proof of, like, rather than just 6 months. But I mean, I hope they do, and I hope they spend big money on him as well, because Norwich will charge big money for him. And hopefully we've got like a 30%. I don't think we've got 30% selling clause. I don't think we're that high, unfortunately. How high do you reckon selling clauses typically are in reality? Like, have you guys got examples of like players from your clubs moving somewhere and then getting another move after that, and then you know you've got substantial money when it comes to the sell-on clause? And would it equate to 10%, 20%, 30%? Because I don't really know what's standard. This is like new uncharted territory for me at Lincoln City. Thinking about big sell-on clauses. We've had small ones in the past for players like Harry Toffolo and things like that. But what's realistic, do you reckon, chap? When will Lincoln City get to the Champions League? Give it 5 seasons, mate, and we'll be there. We'll be there. Right. Thankfully, Riga can't shoot, because that was far too easy for them to get a one-on-one situation there against Jan Christoph Bartels. Who's not playing well in the team? Amara Diouf letting himself down there on a 6.5. Vaquero on a 6.6. The left-hand side of the team not playing particularly well. Given the amount of players we don't have available to us, I'm actually not sure. Next season, we need to really think a bit more about the transfer, the registration for the Champions League, because I think we brushed over a little bit, didn't we? I mean, it's kind of backfired a little bit as Ramadan's shot saved by the keeper. An hour on the clock. Who's actually on the bench at this point? El Kandusi. Would I rather have him playing further up the pitch? I'm going to keep it Diouf on the pitch. I'm going to have El Kandusi come out left back for now. And we're going to bring Caponazzi on at right back because Torres on a yellow card there. Fane needs a bit of game time. You're going to come on for Blaszko there. And we'll have 2 more experienced players sitting in the midfield there. Bristol got a 20% with Semenyo. Okay. Guy suggested to you from the team in Poland that I can't remember. Joined for Porto in real life for 11 million. That's mental. I also saw, was it Gil Vicente bought a guy for, what was it, about £250,000 in summer, and they've just sold him to West Ham for 23 million. That's insane. That's what I want for like Lincoln City and Jovan Makama and Norwich. Norwich can sell him for 23 million, and we'll get 50% of that, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I don't think it'll be that good, sadly. Zabukovnik brings the ball forwards for us. Gets the ball out wide to that far side. Bodies in the middle. Just find the cross. Someone. Fane, the new boy, signed on a free this summer. Comes off the bench and makes it 2-0. Now I feel a little bit more comfortable about the situation. I really thought Riga would be quite a difficult team to be beating here today. But actually, we seem to have done a pretty decent job of dismantling them. 22 shots, a 1.75 XG, 13 on target, 62% possession. We're all over them. And Mateta, Pepper and Doof have barely played a bit of decent football between them. So that means I've got Oro. I forgot about Oro as well. Let's bring Kovac on for Mateta Pepper. Let's bring the 16-year-old on here for his debut. Final 10 minutes of the game. And just see what he can do. That might be what we have to do a lot of this season. Just bring a few of the under-19s into the team every now and again. That's the second time we've hit the post in the game. If we just been slightly more clinical, it could be a 4-0 here rather than the 2-0, and then we'll be cruising through to the third qualifying round and guaranteeing ourselves at least a Europa Conference League spot from that point. Saying that, Mateta Pepper, before he goes off the pitch, can't score, unfortunately. What's say with this Arsenal up to date? We are playing with Dunajska Streda, second season right now. Early on, we're in the Champions League qualifying rounds. We got the shirt in a mystery box, and we're playing as them. From a quick bit of research, normally around 10 to 20%. Biggest I could find was Livramento, where Southampton would give Chelsea 15 of the 32 mil they got for a mad. That's crazy. Amara Diouf. Good job we did keep him on the pitch there. Not that we could really bring him off, to be fair. There's only one player that can play on the left-hand side, and he came on for a left-back instead. But Amara Diouf does get the goal at the death here to make it 3-0. Now I feel very confident. I don't feel like we're going to fall apart in Latvia. I don't think we're going to have a huge collapse in Latvia. So I think, touch wood, we should be good to make it to the third qualifying round, and then we can start to relax a little bit, because that is guaranteed European football at that point. Address for team, well done lads, great win for us there. You love to see it. Anyone know if online is good and worth playing in FM? I've not actually tried online in FM26 at all, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I've heard alright things actually, to be fair, but I can't remember. It's been a while since I've heard about it. How many homegrown players you got? Because I remember you had a problem with them in the Champions League. I think there's only like 2 or 3 at the club. It's not great. We've got quite a small Champions League. In fact, I can show you, can't I? If we go to the first team, if we go, in fact, it's here, isn't it? Registration for the Champions League. 1 homegrown in nation, 0 homegrown at club. It's even worse than I thought. Hence why we've only got 18 of the spots filled. We could have 25, but because we have to leave 7 players out because we don't meet. We must have more. We've got more homegrown in nation, but they're under 21s. We should have, because we don't have to register the under 20. It doesn't make a difference, does it? They've got to be over 21, really. Eric Prekop will count soon, so that'll be a second one at some point. He's under 19 as well. We should look at maybe signing in more Slovakians, just to get more people registered in Slovakia. That's a good idea, Tom. Let's clear that. Again, we're looking for loan players right now, and let's add in homegrown status, trained in Slovakia between 15 to 21, who actually might be good, because this is going to be a bit of an issue for us now. Hey, Unk. It's tough when you get hit with the Unk. Iceman, mate, good to see you. Welcome in. Awesome stuff. Keep up the good work. Love the videos. Thank you, Harry. Much appreciated. We've not got many scout reports out. This guy, Jelena. We don't really need a right back, though, do we? I can get more like... Who's valued highly here? Did we just try... No, you're on £7 a week. You're not going to come in, are you? We tried Musak. They wanted £250,000 for his loan as well, didn't they? That was a lot of money. You look good. You look good enough to sort of sit in our team and do something. You're on £5 a week, though. Why can I not make an offer on him as well? What's wrong with that? There's no... Right, hang on, chat. Have we just gone into, like, an embargo or something? Why is it not an option? Embargo. No messages. Oh, because technically we haven't quit the game yet. Okay, fair enough. That was weird. So now can we go back onto him? It was this guy, Genoa. That was weird. Make an offer. They want, yeah, we've got to pay him £5 a week in wages. As an important player. No, thank you. Where are all the cheap loans at? Hey? Where are the cheap loans at? Centre back at Spartak Trnava. I mean, it's from our own division at that point, so he can't be that good. I think we just try and get Jakob in. Jakub Jakubko. He's no good, but he's a centre back. He's 21. He'll be a good player to have in the team, actually, because we are lacking a few. Look, he's not going to play much. Loan. They want him as an important player. If we go, I say this, it's going to cost us 200 grand for the season. It's not worth it. I'm not spending 200 grand on a loan player that we're not going to. I'm going back and forth on this all the time. But backup goalkeeper Leandro Felipe is off to go and join Real Zaragoza for £185,000. A buyback of 15 million. That'll never happen. How much did we buy him for in the first place? I've got one a free. Perfect. Off he goes. Enjoy your loan. Forgot to save my save from my laptop to the cloud. So my CFA save, I'm not sure what to do at the moment. That's tough. I would... Yeah, I don't know what I'd do in that situation. Workspace showed today some great players he used in the global scouting and found really cheap players for his low division club. If you could let me know how we do it, that'd be amazing. Mark has got an offer on the table for £150,000. Great. You've got one on the table for... The cheek of this team, by the way, to offer me nothing and ask for 90 quid a week in wages is mental. I'll be honest, I just want this guy gone, so I'm going to accept all of these bids. £1,000 doesn't make a difference to us, really, does it? I just want him gone. And you want to leave the club on a free transfer. That's fine, because I'm not going to even talk to you about it. And you... Oh, the lone player joining the club. Attacking midfielder. Great. Doesn't actually help as much with the Champions League registration, but it does give us more bodies to use in the league as well domestically to rest players for European football, so that should work quite well. Let him go on a free even without without even a word to say. But look, I can't be asked to talk to him. I'd rather he gets cross with me and then really want to leave the club. You're about to go as well, aren't you? Artem, thanks for nothing. You were crap. I don't think we even played him. I think he was on loan last season, and I decided not to play him this season because he doesn't look very good. So Taishuk is off and out the club. We're saving ourselves some money here on the wages, which I was hoping to put into the loan system, but the loans are not really working out very... Tell you what I'm going to do. I say this. I feel like I was thinking we've not got any like Premier League players wanting to come on loan here, but that might be for a reason. No, we are scouting all of Europe down here. All of Europe is being scouted. And the Premier League players are... If we go to doubtful on loans, does that change anything? No. It doesn't at all. Oh, that's because we're looking for Slovakian homegrown players, actually, isn't it, to be fair? Excuse me. If we get rid of... If we look at transfer listed players who are transfer only, doubtfully interested in joining us. Anyone here? Well, I mean, I guess our scouts are doing a good job looking for other players, but you would have thought they would have got something out of this. Let's just ignore the trained in Slovakia bit for a little while. There's a guy here at Recife. I don't really know why we've got a scout report for a guy in Brazil. 3.9 million. Okay, we can't afford it. Actually, we've got a lot of players scouted out here. Transfer value 100k, 140. Okay, there might be some decent options here. Although they're all on big wages already, aren't they? And that's an issue. Excuse me. Dutch striker David Min. 500,000. No, we just bought a striker for 500,000, didn't we? I feel like I'm going around in circles a little bit here when it comes to the transfers. We basically have a team complete now. It's just trying to like build the depth out a little bit. But no one's really presenting themselves to be a good option. I think what we should do, just whilst we are thinking about it, because homegrown status, let's just scout out the expense. I say expense. Anyone over £10,000 we'll scout out here, just to give ourselves a bit of information on the kind of. I think the ones down here are just going to be crap, so there's no point doing that. If we get rid of a transfer listed, gives it a few more options. I don't really know who to scout out though. Oh, I'm just going to scout. I'm just going to do a bit of a blanket scout on these guys. Not you, because you've got a bid on the table already. Which might mean you're good, so let's scout you out. We'll come back in a week's time and see what we scouts say. Sorry, I feel like I got something stuck in my throat. And I can't quite get it clear. But there we go. Before we play that friendly, just clear the team again just to make sure the assistant manager rotates nicely. Scouting finished on a few players already. They can't be ones that we just did scouting on just now. Yeah, you're German. Luca Itter. Centre back. On 10. Okay, we're not going to sign you on 10 grand a week because we can't afford that. He's going to want more money, isn't he? Italian. Centre back / left back. 3.5. We just signed a left back there, haven't we? Are these all left backs? Yeah, they are. But left backs we probably tried to scout last time. Oh, crap. It's not a friendly, it's the league. We're playing Tatran Preshov in the league. That's come around very quickly. Mad. Okay, so we've got to think about this a little bit in terms of resting players for the Riga game. We should be able to win that game. In fact, our first 4 games we should be fairly comfortably winning. Maybe not trenching, but then Slovan Bratislava, Spartak Trnava, they'll be tough games. So if I just go back to where we were, I'm just going to do a quick use the team selection we've got saved. Right. Let's get the tired faces off the pitch, and we can get players on, like, where is he? Not Bartel Barisic. Where's our another striker? There he is. Prekop. You go for Trusa. We've got to take off Bationo. We'll bring Nemec and Vukancic on the pitch to replace those two. Davey needs to match sharpness, that's fine. Roy Torres can play as one as well. Zabukovnic's going to come off here for Fane. Durdov will come off on the right-hand side. We'll bring Dolshek on, who can't play in the Champions League. Mateta Peppers deserves a rest. We'll bring on Udvarosh as well. Give him a bit of game time. And then Amara Diouf will swap with... Let's give Baloney a debut. Varga, is that his name? He can play on the left. He's got a very strong left foot though. Who's on the other side? Dolshek. He's okay. It'll be fine. Right, first league game of the season. Wow, this has come around very quickly. I was not expecting it to come around quite as quickly as this. Anyone we're desperate to get on the bench? Now I think about it. Yeah, maybe like Vaquero, and maybe we'd like to get Santos Daiber on there as well. Probably Ramadan as well. Give him a little bit of a run out at some point. That seems sensible to me. Go to the game. Lots of players need numbers. Auto-assign. Prekop gets for number 9. Hopefully he's going to have number 9 numbers this season. I'm expecting 30 goals from him now. 30 goals. Goal frames, Anna, good to see you. Welcome into the chat. You've joined at a good time. First league game of season 2. We won the title last time out. We're now looking to try and do the double. When I say double, I mean back-to-back. Double would mean league and cup. We didn't win the cup last season, so we could do a double this season. We are looking to do the double this season by winning the cup. But to do that, we have to start with a win in the league. We are rotating the lineup, so we've got enough players rested up for the Champions League. We'll make some changes to the back line. I think Davey should come off at some point as well, just to make sure he's prepped and ready to go for the champion. In fact, can he play in the Champions League? I don't think he can. I think we've been playing someone else. I'm lost on who is registered and who's not registered for the Champions League, which is rather frustrating. I can't remember who signed when. But early on in this league game, it looks like Preshov are the team in the ascendancy. Bartels with a very good save there to deny the home side an early lead here. Are we the only game happening right now? Yeah, we are. So Ruzhenbarok won 3-1 against Lokomotiva Zvolen. They must be newly promoted. I don't recognise them from last season at all. I think Tatra and Preshov were here last season. But I could be lying to you. I try not to lie, but it happens every now and again sometimes. Happens every now and again. Free kick. Dolshek puts it in the middle. Vakancic is there. You love to see it. We are playing in the Slovakian Liga from, and we're having a great time right now. Oh, it's offside. We're not having a great time right now. It's quite... They're all stood on the goal line. How does the linesman know that? We don't think we've got VAR in this league, so that's frustrating. Blaszko. Fein to Nemanic. Out wide on this near side to Roy Torres, who has got some space to run into. And the new Spaniard gets past one. Low cross in the middle. Even Dolchek is there, and he puts that one into the roof of the net. The two new boys, I say Dolchek new boy, he's not a new boy. He was on... I think for Dundee last season, or Dundee United, one of the two, on loan, but then came back this season and is looking pretty good. Will be a backup to Durdov on that right-hand side this season, but he's got his first goal of the season. If I can't trust an FM YouTuber, who can I trust? God. Who knows? It'd be quite difficult to be able to trust anyone again, I would think, if I'm honest with you. Both Preshov and Zvolen weren't in the league last season. Okay, they are promoted then. So really, we should be beating this new promoted side fairly comfortably. That is, and they have looked the better team so far, which is rather concerning as Malik gets forwards. Bartels doesn't make a save, actually goes over the crossbar, so it's a goal kick instead, but they are getting forwards well, aren't they? 5 shots to 6 shots. 2 on target for them as well, but hopefully Davey is going to put this ball onto the noggin of Vakancic, Nemanic, one of the two, or a defender. Dolchek, you get the chance instead to try and put it on the noggin of someone. He's brought down in the area, no penalty given. Back out to Blaszko. Blaszko, oh, it's half time. What a crap highlight that was. Right, 1-0 at half time. I mean, the most important thing here is the 3 points, and that's what we're looking to get at the moment, but we need to be a bit more convincing with this, although there doesn't really seem to be any... I'm going to say I'm far from pleased, and people seem motivated and fired up by that, so that could have backfired. It looks like it's gone fairly well for us. Anderson finds Samasi on this near side. Olenyk back to Samasi. Crossed into the middle, and thankfully the home side can't control the ball. We are lucky they just don't know how to play football. That was an offside anyway, I think. But we are lucky they don't know the rules of football. Nemanic. Forwards to Roy Torres, who's got Dolchek in front of him. Blaszko can pass through the lines here, but Udvarosh can't really do a whole lot with it, so instead it's played out to Davey on this near side. He's tackled immediately. And here come the home side again. Looking pretty good at the moment. Cross towards the far post. And a double save from Bartels keeps us in front in this game. We need to get another goal here. We need to get another goal. And it might mean some changes here. Prekop has done absolutely nothing, our new boy. He's meant to be the new striker coming in to replace Truser and, cause havoc. So far, he's like a deer in headlights. Don't think we've even seen him touch the ball yet. But hopefully a cross is going to meet his noggin right now. Davey, is he going to put a high ball in the middle? No, but Blaszko might. Davey might. Someone might. Udvaros does well to turn his man. We don't need a striker. We've got Nathan Udvaros, the young understudy to Rabi Mateta Pepper. He's not going to get much game time this season. But he has put us 2 in front here. And that's a much nicer position to be in, given how good this newly promoted side looked to be. Pretty sure they're in the 3rd division a few seasons ago. Mad, okay. What League One side should try and build up? I mean, I'm biased, but I'd say Lincoln City. I think Burton Albion would be quite fun to do because they're a very small club, but they have very good training facility because they train at St George's Park. So that's quite a fun one to do for that in that regard. So you always have like the top training facilities possible because you just use those ones, which is quite good. So you can develop players quite well at Burton Albion, but getting those players to Burton Albion is tough in the first instance. 70 minutes on the clock. We'll make some changes in a second, but I'd like to see if we can put the ball in the back of the net for a 3rd time. Varga, the on-loan attacking midfielder, lofts across towards Prekop, and I slagged him off earlier, but the new boy has managed to get a goal on his debut with a nice header there, beating 2 players in the air. Right, who's played crap today? Blaszko, apparently. And Nemanic. But he's going to see the game out because we need to rest of the centre-back. A lot of players need rest, don't they? Oro's going to come on, though, for Blaszko because he needs a bit of game time. So does Santos Diber, actually. So 2 changes in the midfield. And anyone else need a bit of game time? We'll give Capanadze 10 minutes at the end here as well. He may start the next game, actually, as well, to be fair. Roy Torres down the line. Cuts inside. And before the substitutes can happen, Blaszko's found Dolshek in front of him. He's got some space to run into. Elects to use Ubros next to him. Back to Dolshek. 4. Okay. Okay. Ah, it's their 2nd season. Okay. Well, look, they're so rubbish they may as well have been a newly promoted team. We've battered them here today. European qualification's going well. We're 3-0 up in the 2nd leg at the moment on aggregate. We've got the 2nd leg to play after this match. This is our 1st league game of the season. So things are looking pretty good for us in European qualification. Still in the Champions League. If we get through to the 3rd qualifying round, we are guaranteed at least a Europa Conference League phase. So many leagues in that sentence, isn't there? They need to come up with a better name than league phase, I feel. When it's called the Europa League and the Conference League, they have to come up with a better name than league phase, because you can't just be saying Champions League phase. Maybe you can, I don't know. I've said it so many times now, it feels like fairly natural, but it does seem quite stupid to have that. Group phase, I don't know. Swiss stage, I don't know, because it's a Swiss model. Is that what they call it, a Swiss model? There's got to be a better name for it, chat. What should we call it instead? What should it be known as instead? Loving the series, man. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying it. Hopefully, you can enjoy it even more when we get to the Champions League. We've won our 1st league game of the season. Look, the highlights kind of cut me off there when I was trying to do a big exit to the game there. We've got to watch Vikancic now carry the ball up the pitch. I mean, a 5th goal here will be fine. You know, I'll take a 5th goal. You know, we're all about the goal difference here at Dunajska Strada. Can be very important come the end of the season, especially if Prekop can bury that one. Bring back the old UEFA Cup straight knockout football. I mean, that'd be fun, wouldn't it, to have that? That'd be fun. But money talks, and apparently money is much better in the league phase for UEFA, probably. Right, big win there. 4-0 on the opening day of this. Have everyone else played then? Were we the first or last to kick off? Like one of the first teams, to be fair. Slovan Bratislava, again. Last season they were awful, and they've just drawn there to Košice, who aren't a bad team, but they should be beating them. Should be beating them, shouldn't they? I'd like to have some competition for a league title. Right, Singer is set to join Lugo for £115,000. See you later, mates. You never kicked a football for us, and we're getting £100,000 for you. It's like taking candy from a baby sometimes, isn't it? Easy peasy. Okay. Now we're going on to our other champ. I'll tell you what, chat. It might actually be easy just to press quick pick when it comes to those Champions League games because there's so many players that aren't registered. And now we've got some thinking to do here, chat. We've got two offers on the table. £950,000 for Ivan Dolšek, who's a backup winger for us. Remember that, a backup winger. And we can negotiate it. It's £500,000 up front and more down the line. What do you think to that, chat? Is that something we should be accepting? Because for a backup player to get nearly £1 million, that feels like it's an offer we should be accepting. I am nervous to see what Nuremberg are offering for Mateta Pepper. £750,000. Come on, fella. He's our best player with high potential. That one I'm saying no to. Mateta Pepper is not leaving the club. But Dolšek, you might leave the club, fella. What are we thinking, chat? Let me know what you think in the chat about this. And whilst that happens, I'm just going to have a quick look and see what we can get. Right winger wise. Get rid of that train there. Let's just see who could be available. Again, because we've got Bruno Derdov, we're looking for more of a backup player. We're not looking for anyone that's like going to steal the limelight. But we will need someone who's going to be solid enough. The issue I'm seeing here is there are so many players on like 7, 9, a lot of big money. Which makes you think, do we go for one of these guys on a free transfer here? Daniel Mancini, more of a right winger as opposed to an inside forward. And so are you. They're not very good, are they, actually, to be fair? I'll say accept, don't sell, see if you can get over $1 million. Dur's a great player to promote some youngster and sell this. We haven't really got a youngster, though. I think no, but what do I know? Need homegrown players, so it's probably worth selling. I think that's an accept. See if you can get... I think we see how much we can get. You're saying Piaka is available, this guy at FC Twente. He's got a bid on the table of around £150,000. Plays across the attacking midfield. If he was going to join us, what does he want wage-wise? 5 to 7. Can you bring that down? He says 4 to 6. And want to start a majority of matches. Okay. He's good. I mean, he's good cover. That's the thing. We don't need anyone like amazing. We just need good cover. That's not going to break the bank. If we say we're looking for like 21 years old at most, high potential. Who comes through here, which could be quite good? I feel like you could be quite expensive, Rocco. You're not that great either, to be fair. You're not a Bruno Derdov. So let's get rid of that. Let's just see any like homegrown Slovakians that are like amazing. That the answer is no. You at Slavia Prague could be an option though. Oh, 11 grand a week though, so that's probably not. You're playing for Žilina in the second division though. You would be quite good cover for both wings. Ask Age about availability. We'd be keen. He wants a cheaper deal. The issue would be the price. But if we make net 5 million, it's not bad. How do you compare to Ivan Dolšek? You're better physically. Same finishing. You're not as good. You're not as good. But we don't need brilliant on the grounds that we're playing Durdov as a first teamer, aren't we? It would be a little downgrade, but I think it's worth it. Now it just worked. Now, can we actually get a... If we just say £400,000, what do they say? Oh, they just say yes straight away. So it would cost us £400,000 for him. And he can play on either wing and is good cover. Is a homegrown in the country player as well, so that helps us out with a bit of Champions League registration too, which is handy. Who else have they got, Jelena, by the way? Because they got relegated last season. Who's like the most valuable players? He is apparently Michael Fashko. Actually looks fairly good as well as a midfielder. Like if we're going to compare him to Zabukovnik, Mark Zabukovnik, who's probably our best midfielder. Zabukovnik's way better actually. But again, a good option. Yeah, Jelena ended up bottom of the table last season. Which is crazy. I don't know how many other players they actually sold. I mean, who are you? No, you're not that good, are you? You must have high potential, though, to be valued at £600,000 in the second division. Well, let's not go too overboard just yet. Can we get a team report? Is that still a thing that is done? Yeah, get team report from you. Why not? So now we go back to this. Angers, what have they done transfer-wise this season? They've just spent big. So they may not have a lot of transfer budget left. So let's not try and ruin this. But we'd like at least £1 million. Now, I don't care about this 20 games, because he might not get it, you see. £1 million up front. Let's start off being greedy. Let's ask for 1.5 million. We'll start off by being greedy. I don't think we're going to get 1.5 million, but we'll start off by being greedy. Right, we should have gone greedier. We should have gone greedier. They've just been like, yes, sure, why not? Fairs. That's reasonable. I asked for 50% more than what they were offering us in the first place. And I should have gone for double. I mean, I'm happy. I just wish we could have... Okay, it's fine. Accept the offer. Okay. We are weakening the team by doing it, but it's good for the money in the long run. Patrick Eco is happy to join the club. As a fringe player, perfect. You won't cause any issues. 1.5k, 2-year deal. That's literally the same. Can we just bring that down to like 1.3? You know, drop a few things here and there. You know, just really make him squirm a little bit. Oh, he loves it. Great. Thank you, Patrick. Homegrown player. Coming in to be back up to Durdov. We're making net 1.1 million out of this as well. What's not to love? Apart from, no, because Dolšek's not registered for the Champions League anyway, so that's fine. Oh, I don't think he is at least. Maybe he is. Look, we're going to find out in a minute, aren't we? You want this guy on loan? Yeah, take him on loan for the season. Have a look at this fella. I'll have a look for you, mate. He's probably not in our database then by looks of things. Nino Marcelli. We've got Marcelli Nino. We've got Marcelinho, who's a regen. But no Nino Marcelli. He's in the database Slovan Bratislava. Oh, he's literally right. Why is he not coming up first then? Why is he not coming up first? I won't lie, he actually does look a little better than the guy we've just put a bid in for, doesn't he? Whose name is not going to come up here for whatever reason. If we go back to the overview and we go to him, compare with, oh, it's not recently viewed. Oh, so I've got to bloody add him to the shortlist, haven't I? Oh, he's on the shortlist, right. Compare on the shortlist. This is the one of the bullshit things of FM26. Patrick, there he is. Attributes. Yeah, Nino's way better. Nino's a lot better. I'd rather have him probably. We're keen on signing him. £110,000 to 1.1 million. Fairly reasonable contract. Provide competition for earning. Yeah, great. Can you lower the wages a little bit more, do you reckon? No, they can't. Okay, that's fine. Right, Slovan Bratislava, how much do you want? Let's start lowballing you here at £200,000. Okay, they want £1 million. They want, okay. We'll stick with what we've got. We'll stick with what we've got because I'm not going to pay £1.48 million up front and then 1.9 down the line. This isn't going to work for us. Nice idea, though. Ordered on FM24 a surprise shirt. I've received FCB Melgor from Peru. Won Copa Libertadores in 3 seasons. No way, that's sick. Copa Libertadores in 3 seasons. That feels... That's incredibly impressive to have done that. He's good. We need the homegrown. I'm happy with what we've got. I'm happy. He does look good. I'll give you that. But I'm happy with what we have. Right, now we've got the Champions League game and we've got all these players unregistered because they arrived after we did the Champions League registration. So I'm just going to press quick pick to get through it quicker. And it has actually put out the team that I probably would have put there. They put Ramadan. I'm going to swap Derdov and Ramadan around actually. But yeah, the rest of that team does look good. Sweet. Okay. Second leg of the Champions League. Confirm numbers. We've got a 3-0 lead. Tom, what do you want? What you want to do with surprise shirts? How can I show you? I'm not entirely sure what the question is there, James, if I'm honest with you. Apologies. Are you now comfortable with tactics? How are you making them better? I feel pretty comfortable because they're actually relatively similar to FM24. I think you can do a lot more with it, but I've sort of leaned into the more FM24 style of high press kind of football. And it works quite well. But I think I have had success in like other stages at the start with like low blocks and things. I think it's a lot more versatile as to how you can win. But I've leaned into more of the FM24 style because that's what my brain was ultimately going towards after 2 years of playing the game constantly, in my opinion. Right, Capanadze loses possession, but Ramadan wins it back. If we can make it 4 here, right at the start of this game, we almost do. We're sitting pretty. Best way to show a new team I got from Surprise Shirt. Let us know in the chat. Just type the team name out in the chat probably. Let us know, unless you're desperate to show us the shirt. In that case, I don't know, tweet about it or something and then put a link to the tweet. I don't know. But let us know. Oh, we can see the goal there. That wasn't exactly what we needed here 4 minutes into this game. Because that's going to give Riga some motivation now. Now, given how well we played in that first match, it's unlucky that it's kind of fallen through to that guy after bouncing a few players, to be fair. Ordered a mystery shirt from Sangalo, received Young Elephants from Laos, played 27 seasons, no Asian Champions League, but it was a great good donation save. That does sound good fun, to be fair. If you're 27 seasons deep, you know it was a good save. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Mateta Pepper brings the ball forwards, but Durdov gives it away. We're less than 6 minutes into this game and Riga have got us rattled here. This was not part of the plan. Calm things down. In fact, I'm going to shout. Calm down. Keep things chill. I'm talking in a low, slow, calm voice. Feel the calmness in your body. And don't do anything rash, like give the ball away in the midfield under pretty little pressure. Don't let the... Stay calm, fellas. Just hold on for another 75 minutes and we're in the next round of the Champions League. Bartels calmly punches the ball. Right. Jesus Christ. We are really, really under the cosh here. Is that twice they've now hit the post in the first 20 minutes of the game? They've come out the clocks just going for it. So much so, I said come out the clocks. What does that even mean? They've come out the clocks what? They meant the starting blocks probably, but clocks came out my mouth. I'm panicking a little bit if I'm honest with you at this point in time. Amara Diouf, though, is doing something out there well. He's on a 7 rating. Not quite sure what he's done to get that, because we've seen no attacking intent from our team in the slightest. All we do is give the ball away, but Battione finds Ortiz. Blasco out wide to Vaquero. Right, Vaquero, chill. Pick out a cross better than that, please. Zabukovnik now decides to shoot. Actually, it wasn't far off, to be fair. I'll give him that. I won't get too cross. But man, somehow we've had more shots and more shots on target and a higher XG. We've not seen this. This has not come through in anything that's been happening in this game so far. Advanced stats. Twice off the woodwork. That's what's scary for me. That's what I don't like. Whew. Ramirez. Oh my word. How we just let him be completely open. Bartels does really well there to make that save. The defenders are somehow still on 6.6 and 6.8 ratings. They should not be on that high of a rating as we somehow reach half-time only 1-0 down. Far from pleased with what I've just seen from this team. Latvian football isn't bad. Bartels makes a good save there. Right. End the highlight now, please. I don't want to see any more highlights for the rest of this game. I just want us to get through this match unscathed. And we can lose in the next qualifying round if we have to, lads. You know, I'm not going to be upset if we do, because if we win this game, we're going to be guaranteed European football of some sort. Now, I'd love that to be Champions League, but if it's got to be Conference League instead, I don't mind. You know, anything will do at this point. And we did pretty well in the Conference League last season. Like, I'd like to think we can go a bit further into the knockouts this season if we got Conference League. Champions League will be done for. Champions League, you know, league phase will be done for. We'll come up against Man City, get battered 5-0 with Haaland scoring up 5. We'll go to Barcelona and Lamine Yamal will trash us. You know, we might get a win against Paphos, something like that. Maybe Kara Almaty if we're lucky. But Amara Diouf has got space to find the pass to Blasco. Vaquero puts a very good ball into the middle, but we just don't have the big men in the middle because they're not registered because they signed too late in the season for it. Capanadze shot saved by the keeper, and I think maybe a couple of changes might be needed. I think we'll swap Durdov and Ramadan around, just see how they... because they're on crap ratings anyway, so we'll just see what they can do. El Kandusi is actually not going to come off Vaquero because he's probably the best player on the team right now, actually. So we'll leave El Kandusi on the bench for now. Fane, you've played well recently. Zabukov, hang on, we've just scored. We've just scored. In the background, Bruno Derdov has just scored a goal. So Kapanadze put the corner into the middle. Cleared. Only as far... Oh, please tell me... I was going to say, did he smack it in from there? No, he didn't. Ball bounces around. This is a long highlight, by the way, for the replay of the goal, let alone a general goal. Kapanadze finds Blaszko. Where's Derdov in this situation? Just the quickest to react after a block shot from Maradi. Okay. I don't care how it went in. We've done it. We've done it. 4-1 on aggregate. There's 35 minutes to go in the game. I think now we should be pretty safe. I can relax a little bit. I felt very uncomfortable and uneasy in that first half. But Derdov now has found his stride as he just skips past quite a few... Derdov! Where was this in the first 55 minutes of the game? Why have you now just decided you can replay football? I'm going to shout encourage just to try and, cheers up a little bit. But I think we can sit back and relax now. And actually, I think I will probably make a couple of changes to... Why are they upset? Frustrated by the feedback. I've encouraged the players. Fane would have preferred to stay on the bench. Fella. I mean, why? In what rational mind would a professional footballer want to stay on the bench? I can take you off again if you want, fella. Jesus. Oh, Dolchek was registered for the Champions League, by the way. So that's going to be a loss when we lose him. Roy Torres, on you come. No, undo that. We're going to bring the 16-year-old Simcoe on and see what he does. We'll bring Oro on too for Blaszko. And El Kandusi for Amar Adib. There we go. They're the changes to make. Trying the Champions League with Vaduz. I've enjoyed a San Marino save for FN24, but a save with Liechtenstein side is harder. Yeah, Vaduz are very difficult, right? Win the Cup, win the Conference League, win the Europa League, and then win the Champions League all in a row to do it right. It's so difficult. So difficult. I kind of just don't want to do it because it's just going to be a ball ache to do. But I think it would be a good challenge. It would be a very fun challenge at some point. Just when I've got a lot more time and sanity, probably. Or less sanity, maybe, to do it. Riga. I've got another one, but it's okay. I feel good. The 5-2 up still. Predictions for Arsenal-Liverpool. I hope Arsenal win 3-0 with Saka getting all the goals because he's in my fantasy team and so's Raya. I think Timber can get a few assists because he's in my fantasy team as well. Raya, Timber and Saka in my fantasy team. So I could do with them all getting some big points. Clean sheets, goals. That's what I need to see. My best FM24 and favourite savers are Dunfermline. That does sound quite fun, actually. I agree with you. Starting lower is a lot more fun. Well, it's not been pretty. But I think we've done enough here. 5 minutes to go. We're 5-2 up on aggregate. Riga are a pretty decent side at home. I think they drew away against Dinamo Tbilisi and then they won at home quite good. I think they were 3-0, I think. But they can't win at home against us. Ramadan, second goal in 4 matches, seals the victory and a place in the third qualifying round of the Champions League. You have to win all European competition in a row for Liechtenstein. If you reach the Conference League semi-final, you have enough coefficient to be rewarded with one of the 2 extra Champions League spots. Ah, that's good to know. I didn't realise that. Got a challenge for you, Ronaldo's first ever team, Madeira. Madeira, right? Is that his team? I'm pretty sure it's Madeira as his first team. Can we make it? 4-2 on the night. Riga looking to come forwards then. They want to give themselves a good showing in the Champions League. They go into the third qualifying round of the Europa League, and I think they will do pretty well in the Europa League because they battered well against us. They did well against Dinamo Tbilisi in the previous round. But our motley crew, led by Derdov, We're too much for them today. 3-2 on my night, 6-2 on aggregate. That's how you handle a two-legged tie. We're in the third qualifying round. And are we about to learn who we've got in the third qualifying round? £86,000 for that as well. When does the big money come in? Oh, we have to wait for like tomorrow for other games. Okay, we'll find out soon. So we're in the Champions Path second qualifying round. There's no big money here. £86,000 for appearing in the round. Same for the third qualifying round. Playoff though, loser gets 3.7 million, but if you get to the league phase, you get 15 million for just appearing in the... Oh my word. That takes us to the next level if that's the case. If we can do that, that takes us to the next level. Dennis Valco set to go out on loan for the season, have a good loan, come back better, and we'll save some good money next season probably. That's my plan. Wow. Dolchek is leaving. 1.5 million. I'm going to delay it just until we get the other guy coming in first. Just because I don't want to jinx anything and we lose him. You're leaving as well. Luckily, he's actually chose the club that we're paying £1,300 for him, so we get a nominal bit of money there for him. Other Champions League ties happening right now. And then, I say right now, we're at 11 in the morning. It's now 5:30. Oh, here we go. The other guy is set to leave the club. So Patrick Ilko is joining us. Sorry, I should say, not leaving it. He's joining. Excellent work. Ignore you. So once he's in, go for it, Pixter. So he's here, Patrick Ilko. Backup winger on both sides. That means we can go into our first team and we can let Ivan Dolchek go. Actions. Transfer. Ask for confirmation. Accepts. Off he goes. Good business there. Good business. Probably a lower quality player we've got into the team, but is a backup player. Dolchek's made us some money. How much is he worth now in France? Up to 5 million. It's crazy what the league reputation can do to a evaluation of a player. But that means now in our, if we go to club finances, 4.2 million in the bank. We can spend 1.5 million. What are we actually allowed? Transfer budget. 100% of transfer revenue is made available. Oh, we only got £1 million up front, didn't we, actually? That makes more sense. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, okay. The Champions League draw is in. Mostar. That feels like a winnable game. They're Bosnian, right? Bosnian? Yeah, Bosnian side. Zrinjski Mostar. That genuinely feels like a winnable game. Who have they beaten so far then? Just Karabag. They go into the second qualifying round. They beat Karabag 2-1 at home, drew 1-0 away from home, and got through to this stage. Huge. That does feel like a winnable game. Someone says I should sign a player from them. If I sort it by most valuable. I don't think the guy's there that you're on about. I can't see anyone called Bill Beeger. Bill Beeger. He's gone to Paderborn if he was. Simon Grigg, he's on fire. It's tempting, it's tempting. It's not that one. I don't think it was. Is it this guy instead? No. Intro. Maybe he's not in the database or something. I don't know. He scored 200 plus goals. In one season, that's pretty impressive. So we play them after we play Scalika. Okay. Yeah, who is the most valuable player? Can we sign them? They've got this guy, left back, 20 years old. We've got better left backs. Oh, he's retired. That makes more sense. I see, I see. Right. Now we've got a bit more money. Let's just see if there's any other Slovakians that want to sign for us. For good money. Tobias is the right... We've already got plenty of right backs. We've got at least 3 right backs who are pretty good. You're on 11 grand a week as well. Jakub Kadak. One cap for Slovakia. Would you be happy coming in to be backup to Mateta Pepper? Some would say you're better than Mateta Pepper, and I'd probably be one of them. So you would be good to have in the team. Mateta Pepper would always start. He wants 4 to 5 grand a week, but that's looking reasonable now. Can you bring the wage demands down a little bit here? 3 to... Okay. Jakub Kadak. Let's make an offer. Let's not be rude here. Let's go £300,000. Oh. They want £725,000. Profit from next sale. I'll remove and exclude. Okay, this is going to be quite tricky. $500,000. They want 600. So if we go 650, 800. Am I being 850? Does this feel like a silly thing to do? And then we have 2 really good attacking midfielders. I know we just got some guy on loan, didn't we? But he can kind of play on the wing or something, can't he? In fact, he's better suited to playing on the wing, isn't he? He's the real backup. Before we get too engrossed in this, I mean, some decent sides want him. Nuremberg, Firth, Volendam. He wants to be regular. If I say squad player, oh, and he accepts it as well. Beautiful man. 3 grand, and they wanted like, say 3.5. He wanted like 3.6, didn't he? Wage after reaching international appearances 5 games. Has he got 1? He's got 1. So he might get called up if... Oh, we can't make that any more than that. Let's bring that down to 4,000. Bring the appearance fee down. Goal bonus down. And unused substitute fee down. Suggest. Okay, he wants more. He wants his 5 grand, doesn't he? Leave the bonuses as they are. Okay, leave the bonuses as they are. 4.5, 3.8. Okay. That feels like a good contract. For Jakub Kadar. Who's played at a decent level. Did very well for Trenching before he left, by the way. 13 goals there. He'll be good for us. Had a good start to this season as well. And is also a Slovenian. Helps with homegrown nation players, which is what we need. He's got like really high potential. I've probably looked at this all the time, haven't we? But there's not many players with 5-star potential here. So it's probably better to get players for them now, although we've not got huge amounts of... What we should do is look at who's in the first team for Slovakia and where are they playing. I mean, if you're playing at Banik, we can afford you, right? Maybe not the wages. Whoa! Lincoln City have got a player here. Ladislav Almasi. Lincoln have signed him. They signed him on a free transfer after he left Jelena. Oh, we should have poached him. Hopefully he does a good job for Lincoln, who are in the League One. Didn't get promoted last season, sadly. I think maybe we're better off looking at maybe the under 23s here. And then the younger players in the under 23s. Because if they're under 23s, they must be fairly good. Let's scout you guys out for a week or so. That seems high for a backup. Look, Blether, I've done it now. I've committed to it in my head. Worst case scenario, he gets an ACL injury and we have to lose him on a free transfer. That's quite bad, actually, isn't it? No, it'll be better than that. It'll be better than that. I'm sure it will be. I feel confident in our abilities to use him well, develop him as a player, and he should be okay. Salazar, hello mate, good to see you. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for sending everyone over. Hope you had a good stream. As we now have to register players for the Champions League third qualifying round. Can we make any changes at this point to it? I think we have to add a keeper in Ronald Koeman. Or maybe we can add players. How many changes? How many changes? Oh, just as replacements. Wait, if I just start adding players in, I can just start adding players in. Hang on, if I just can I clear everything? Oh no, I can't get rid of players, but I can add players to it. Okay. Right, well, who did we just sign who's a homegrown nation player? Eco, in you go. You can play anyway with Varosh, which is fine. We need to get a striker in the team. Eric Prekop, you can join the team because you're homegrown nation. Fantastic. That's good. How much are we allowed to push the boat here? Can we get Davy in? We can get Davy in now. Amazing. So who is not... I can't sort it by that. Who else is not registered at the moment? Santos Diver, I'm not actually too fussed about. Hang on, have we got most people that we need to be in the team? Don't care about that keeper. Simcoe under 21 doesn't need to... Neither do you actually, neither do you. But you're about to leave the club anyway. Vukancic will be quite good to get in then. Oh, we can't do any more. So that's that. Blasco. Are we back? Hello, chat. Are we alive? The internet did just all disconnect. It looks like we're okay. I think we are live. Let's get the music back up again. Because that stopped. Okay. We're alive. Music is coming back. It was quiet. Okay, we're good. We're sorted. I don't know what happened there. That was really weird. I'm on an Ethernet cable, but the entire internet just sort of dropped out there. Okay. Well, I was in the process of getting people registered for the team. I don't think there's anyone else that we can register. It keeps saying, no, you can't register them. But we have been able to add in a few players here. So we have got 2 goalkeepers. Nemanic, Ortiz, Bationo. Another centre back would be quite good. We can use Lamy, actually, to be fair, although he is about to leave the club on loan. Zabukovlik can play there as well. It's fine. Roy Torres, Capanadze, good. Davy is good. El Candusi, Vaquero. Blasco's under 21, so it's fine. Oro, yeah, okay. It's looking good. All of a sudden, we've now got a much better team available to us. Still can't get Barisic or Vukancic in there, but Barisic is still out for, what, another 6 months with his ACL? 3 to 5 months with his ACL. One day we will get him back in the team. One day he will be there playing some football for us. But that day is not today. Can we actually make a bid for this bloke? Who are you? Romanian. Oh, we don't need any more. Or over in the first place, really, if I'm honest with you. Okay, cool. And Lamy is about to go on loan as well. So there you go. That's one of the centre-backs out on loan for the season. Hopefully he develops nicely and can come back and be a good squad player for us. Scouting on a few Slovakian players. Oh, these are like all the Slovakians that we were looking at earlier, weren't we? You have got 3.5 stars of current ability as a winger, which we don't need right now. We've just signed one. We've got another attacking midfielder in on the way as well. He can probably get registered for the 4th qualifying round. £4.1 million in the bank account. Things are looking good right now. League game coming up here against Skalica. Again, we'll rotate a little bit here just to make sure we are resting as many players as possible. So what we'll do is we'll go to use team selection 1. Who needs some match sharpness? Truce are coming back from injury, by the way, which is good to see. I don't think I've saved this team properly as well, by the way, because all the subs don't seem to come through, which is odd. Prekop's going to start the game. Ilko's going to start on the right. We will leave Roy Torres starting. We're going to bring both centre-backs on in Nemanic and Vukancic. Elkan Dusi can start. We've got the foreign player rule here as well, but actually we've only got 5 foreign players in the entire squad, actually, so that's really handy. We don't have to think about that this season, which is good. Get Ramadan on the bench. We will also get Udvaros on the bench. We'll get Durdov on the bench as well for probably Bationo. We'll give Aura a run out there. David could do with a bit of match sharpness. So could El Kandusi, actually. There's a lot of players that need a bit of sharpness. We'll give Santos Daiba a run out there too. He needs a bit of match sharpness. We'll give Baloney a run on the left wing. And a new guy to play behind Mateta Pepper. Understudy-wise is not there yet either. So who can play? Udvaros, we'll put you there instead. So I think that's basically the entire team sort of changed around there. Squad number to you. You could just be 12. There we go. Okay. Okay. We're back under control. The stream's back up from its premature death. We're favourites for a reason. Let's go out there and get our results. Dunajska Strata versus Skalica. Right, they're in the green and white striped hoops, rather. I do like a green and white hooped shirt. Celtic got good kits. Sporting have always got good kits. Yeovil always got good kits. Hoops are underrated in Football Manager, or just in football clubs. In fact, how many other clubs out? Doncaster, they do red and white hoops, but there aren't many teams that do hoops. And I feel like it's an underutilised kit. Anyone else do hoops? I also think as well that purple is an underutilised colour. Anderlecht, great kits in their purple. Fiorentina, great kits in their purple. How has that highlight ended as he took the shot there? I want to see what happened to that shot. Obviously it didn't go in the back of the net, but it can't have been too far off. It looked like it was going on target. We won't complain too much. Right, we are dominating this game so far in the first 15 minutes with 6 shots. Jan Christoph Bartels does well to claim the ball from the sky. Rolls it out to Vukancic. And Elkan Dusi now can bring the ball forwards. On loan, Varga plays through Udvaros, the young attacking midfielder who does well to turn his man. Finds Prekop in the middle, but his shot is blocked. Kind of knew what's going on. So we're in the second season here with Dunajska Streda in the Slovakian division. At the start of the second season. This is only our second game of the season, I believe. But we are trying to win the Champions League. And we're in the Champions League qualifying rounds right now. We just got through to the 3rd qualifying round. So we're well on our way to the league phase. It'll be a good few years before we're close to being able to win a Champions League. And what a way to introduce yourself to a new set of fans. Patrick Ilko, with arguably goal of the season already. Watch this. Oro Just finds it to him. He takes one touch to steady himself and then just smacks it with his left foot. In off the crossbar. What a banger. And we're 1-0 up here half an hour in. Not a fan of hoops, but agree purple is not used enough. Same with orange, to be fair. You're right, orange doesn't get used a lot either. I'm looking at my shirt rack over there. Like, blue is way overused. Blue, white and red are way overused in football kits. Give me some other colours. Green is not used enough. Purple is not used enough. Yellow probably not used enough either, to be fair. Depends on the shades of blue sometimes as well, I think. Daniel comes forwards then for Scalika. Ball into the middle has been dealt with just. Shot comes away in the end, deflected wide for a corner. Almost reminiscent of that reach goal. Adam, reach. Adam, reach. Address for team. At half-time. Things are going well. No, let's say happy with the number of shots on target so far. Let's try and keep morale high. Brown needs to be banned from football shirts. I don't know. There are some nice brown football shirts out there. I can't think of the teams right now, but I'm going to Google it because I know there definitely are. There have to be. There have got to be some good ones. St. Pauli have had brown shirts in the past and they look kind of cool. I guess you can... It's gold, really, not brown, is it? These old AC Milan ones, they're not really brown. Oh, crap, we've conceded. I was too busy looking at Google Chrome. Scalika have had our pants down. I was not watching. I was too busy looking at brown football shirts. Are you secretly a Scalika agent? Bletherbox. Trying to distract me. Right, now we've got a bit of work to do. The backups need to pull their finger out here. Nemanic finds Oro in front of him. Switches play to El Kamdusi on that far side of the pitch. El Kamdusi into the penalty area. Varga puts it across. Somehow Prekop's not scored. Would you like to paint the house brown? We've not considered that colour before, says Laura. Yeah, the house that we've bought, Laura and I, is when we bought it. Pause. Hold that thought. Oh my word! That should have gone in. Yeah, we bought the house, and virtually every single room was painted a different shade of brown. So we've had to do a lot of work, and I say we. What I actually mean is Laura's done a lot of work to make the house not brown. Lots of painting. We've got most of the brown gone, to be fair. A few bits remain, but at least offensive browns remain. There's a brown in the lounge, but it's not that offensive. So that stayed for now. That might be the only brown left in the house, actually, thinking about it. Other than the tops of the cupboards in the kitchen, because I've not got around to painting those yet. You're going for a shot when you leave your office. You've done the brown everywhere, have you? I'm looking forward to seeing more brown everywhere. Right, we're up 2-1 here. 20 minutes on the clock still to play. I'm reluctant to make changes because I want to save everyone for the Champions League, but I don't think I want to save Prekop. He was going to play in the Champions League, but he's on a 6 rating right now. Does well to play the ball out wide to El Kamdusi. He did get a goal in the previous league match. And he's just hit the crossbar there, bless him. He's getting in the right areas. He's just not scoring, which is what we need him to do, really. It's what we're paying him to do. We're paying him to score. He's a striker. He's our number 9. But I am tempted to take him off the pitch. Right. Who do we want to bring on in this situation? Davey needs a little bit more match sharpness, so he can come for El Kamdusi. Other than that, I'm kind of happy to kind of rest everyone else. Maybe Fane comes on for Oro, just to give him a bit of match sharpness as well. But I don't know. Right, just became a member. Well, thank you very much for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Welcome into the team. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to becoming a wonder kid, as Prekop has another shot blocked. He'll get a goal. He'll get a goal. He's on a 5.9. What's he done to get a 5.9 rating? Like, how bad has it been for him? As Davey puts the ball into the middle, cleared. Varga brought down, nothing given. Back to Davey. See, Davey comes on and does what Precop can't do in 76 minutes. Precop must be upset here. Varga's actually looking like he might be quite hurt here. That's a bit worrying. He's not been forced off the pitch yet, though. So we'll let him just play it out. Run it off. Magic sponge. It'll be okay. And as the clock hits 90 minutes, after a brief scare there in the second half, we have ended up as 3-1 winners and take our second win of the league season. I'm not sure anyone else has actually played a game yet this weekend, so well done for us for winning that game. Pre-cop, come on, better than that please next time. Yeah, we've played 2, other teams around us haven't. So we'll have to wait a little while to see what goes on with all of that. When is the final round of the UCL qualifying? So we've got to get through, and we'll try and do it quickly. 2 games against Mostar. And that will determine if we go into the final Champions League qualifying rounds or the final Europa League qualifying round. So we played on the Saturday. We've got a Wednesday game away at Mostar. Away at Mostar is going to be quite difficult, I think. That will be a tricky game. Because they seem to batter, who they play, Karabag, who are actually getting to the point where they are becoming like quite standard in the Champions League phase now, aren't they? So it's not an easy job beating Karabag, and yet they did it. Ignore those scout reports for now. 100 player recommendations there, look. I'll go through them all at some point. Dennis Simcoe, out for 2 to 3 months. Is he an 18-year-old? 16-year-old? That's tough. That's a tough break for him. What's his injury? Calf strain. It's not too bad. He's got plenty of time to keep playing football. He'll be okay. Right. Oh, no. Okay. Well, this is going to be difficult. Red Bull Salzburg will play either Mostar or Donetsk Streda. I don't think that's a winnable game. If we get past Mostar, I don't think Red Bull Salzburg is a winnable game, personally. That's a level above what we've played in the past. Is it? Is it? Last season, in the qualifying rounds of the Europa Conference League, we beat Shakhtar. Arguably, they're on a very similar level, I think. Arguably. I'd say Hibs aren't as good. And we did beat Hibs 8-4 on aggregate there. Who did we play in the league phase? We drew with Genk. We lost to Rosenborg. We jumped down into it. Wait, Rosenborg. We beat Breidablik. We beat Noah. Drew with Strasbourg. Lost to Legia Warsaw. And then we lost to Genk. We beat Genk actually and lost 4-0. I'd say Genk and Shakhtar Donetsk are probably on a similar level to Red Bull Salzburg. I think everyone else who played is below that. So actually, maybe it'll be a bit closer than I'm giving it in my head. We've got to get there first. We've got to get there. But that is quite tough. That's not easy to do. But we can't think ahead too much. We've got to stay focused. We've got to stay focused on the task at hand, which is Mostar. We can't let ourselves get distracted. We've just got to focus up on the third qualifying round. Review team selection. Right, so players are... that's understandable. I know that. Right, if we now go to actually use team selection 1. Perfect, that's better. So Vakancic can't play, he's not registered, that's okay, get off the bench then. But what we can do is bring Vaquero onto the bench and Udvarosh onto the bench and Ilko onto the bench. And we could bring on under 18, but they're not going to play, so I'm not really too fussed. Trusa is still injured, so we're going to swap him over with Prekop. Although Ramadan has played well when he has played. I feel like maybe that's a bit of a risk, playing Prekop over Ramadan. I'm going to do it, though. And he can be a super sub instead. So literally now we are pretty much playing a full strength lineup now. We've finally got everyone registered now, which is good. And that should be okay. Yeah, Konstantinos Karetsas is at Genk, yeah. Okay. Let's get this 1-1. If we can win away from home here, I'm going to allow myself to start getting excited. Let's keep going. A full strength team now available to us. If we fail it now with this full strength team, then fair play. I was getting a little bit worried before this point when we couldn't register players like Prekop. But now it's okay. Right. I did not know Mostar played in a white kit with a red sash. That's good. Sash it. I know we said earlier that hoops, out of fashion. There needs to be more hoops. Sashes, give me more of them. River Plate, Peru kits, they're so good. Good challenge there. Roy Torres now, chance to bring the ball forward. Mateta Pepper, just 3 minutes in. It's through! Mateta Pepper has given us the perfect start here in Bosnia. That literally could not have gone better out of the blocks. 3 minutes in, Mateta Pepper lays it off to Durdov. Durdov gives it back to him. And the left foot just takes it under the keeper, just guides it into the bottom corner. And the number 93, the attacking midfielder, who was subject to a bid earlier in the stream from Nuremberg of £750,000. We said no, that's nowhere near enough. Times it by 10, then we might start talking. Mateta Pepper is our man. He's here to stay. And him and Durdov, and hopefully Amara Diouf as well, are going to form a formidable attacking trio behind whatever striker we end up using. Prekop, Trusa. We don't know who's going to be there yet. At the moment, Trusa has been injured. Prekop's not really shown as much at the moment. But there's still plenty of time for him. Pablo Ortiz, the Colombian centre-back, gets the ball forwards. Amara Diouf and Davy, the left-back, just pass the ball between each other. And now the Senegalese wonder kid has got a chance to unleash Davy on the underlap into the area, put into the path of Mateta Pepper, and somehow it's been deflected wide and behind for a corner, which we're not going to see on a highlight. Frustrating. If TomFM does not qualify for the UCL, he should make a video about his about his biggest rival club in real life. About Grimsby Town. I mean, that just does not seem fair to me. Would be sacrilegious to make a video, unless it's about how we destroyed Grimsby Town, then that would be quite good. I can get behind that. But winning the Champions League with them, Premier League with them, I could not do that. Not in the slightest. In the meantime, we've got 2 minutes of added time. Hopefully this is just a highlight, finally, to finish off the half. We're 1-0 up here at the half-time break. 11 shots to 1. We're all over them. Get a second goal, a third goal, and we're laughing. We're laughing. Or has to wear a Grimsby jersey for... I'm not spending like 60 quid on a Grimsby jersey. I'm sorry to break it to you, chat. It's one thing I refuse to do. I'm not wearing a Grimsby jersey. Or paying for the pleasure. / displeasure of it. Pablo Ortiz finds Zabukovnik on a yellow card. We may bring him off shortly. He's not played brilliantly on a 6.7 rating out there, but Prekop does well to give the ball back to Bruno Durdov. And Prekop is maybe showing a little bit about him now. Had a terrible game in the league recently with a 5.9 rating. But him and Durdov just form a nice little partnership here. Some nice, neat, close passing. And it's a really good strike from Durdov there. Left foot into the top corner, past the keeper, who should have done better, if I'm honest with you. But as things stand right now, we're in a commanding position to be the side that gets to take on Red Bull Salzburg in the final Champions League qualifying round. Okay, I won't talk too soon anymore. That was a warning shot from the FM gods that I'm getting too cocky. To the gods above, I apologise. That was too much. I will calm myself down. I won't get too excited. We respect the game. We respect how good Mostar are. And I won't get ahead of myself ever again. Good clearance. Good clearance. And Prekop now has got no one in support with him, but takes on his man anyway. He gets past him into the area. He's got players finally arriving. Decides to shoot instead and puts it just wide of the mark. But he's having a much better game now in the Champions League than he was in the league. Let's get Zabukovnik off the pitch, as he is on a yellow card, as is Roy Torres, so Capanadze on Yukon as well. Anyone a bit tired out there or not playing well? Ationa not playing great, so let's bring Nemanic on. And then Blashko on a 6.7 rating, not playing brilliantly either. I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring both wingers off. Ramadan and Ilko, I think it's Ilko. They're going to come on as well, just to give the wingers a little bit of a rest out there. They've played really well for 65 minutes. Let's make sure we don't overwork them. As we just about avoid that. Yes, Tom, love watching your content. Hello, Monty, good to see you. And Tease7 Sue is here. Hey, first time watching your stream. You got me to FM, so thank you for that. You love to see it. Glad you're playing FM. Who are you managing? How's your save going? Blashko into Ilko, the new boy. Finds Capanadze out wide. So much time to pick out a little cross. And he finds Rabi Mateta Pepper to make it 3. That's it. No, let's not get a no. I was about to get too ahead of myself. Let's not get ahead of myself. They almost scored last time that happened. So let's just keep it chill. Keep it nonchalant. Keep it low-key. Just pretend it's 0-0 still. But as we approach full-time here, we have done a real good job in Bosnia against Mostar. Mateta Pepper, 2 goals and an 8.7 rating for him this afternoon. Capanadze's done well since coming off the bench actually, and Davey playing the full 90 has done very well at left back. The new signings, I don't say who's a new signing. Davey's a new signing, he's done well. Prekop's a new signing, he's done well. The boys on the wings are technically new signings. They joined in January, although actually Amara Dufa joined at the start of this season after we signed him in January. He did well on a 7.2 rating. A 3-0 win here in the first leg. Oh my word. Chills. Literal chills after that. And Mateta Pepper on form there with his 2 goals. His first 2 goals of the season. Is that genuinely it? I swear we've seen him score goals, chat. I'm not making that up, right? I swear we've seen Mateta Pepper score goals already this season. Apparently not. I'll trust the game. I'll trust it. Right. A league game coming up. We'll get through that fairly quickly. Oh. Oh. Well, this is not fun. Jakub Kadak. We were all set to sign him, and then out of nowhere, Nuremberg, because we rejected the bid for Mateta Pepper from Nuremberg, they've come and hijacked our transfer for Jakub Kadak. And so Nuremberg have signed him, and he rejected the offer from Dunajska Streda. I get it, you know, you're playing for Nuremberg. Oh, it's the 2nd division. I thought it was the top division. 2nd division in Germany. That feels like more of a kick in the teeth, if I'm honest with you. He could have been playing Champions League football with us in his home country. Where did he play when he played at Trenčín? I have no idea about Slovakian geography. Maybe they're our biggest rivals. I don't know. That feels like a bit of a kick in the teeth, though. That's frustrating. Don't worry, we are scouting out more Slovakian players, so we can get a few more homegrown players into the team. We do need a few more, to be fair. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Are these some Slovakians here? You're Slovakian, but only 2.5 stars. Why are you being scouted? I guess I think we scouted too many players on too low a valuation. You're rubbish. No chance you're ever getting into our team. Right, I want to get to this next game quickly. And then luckily we have another Wednesday game. It's not a Tuesday game, so we still have a few days to recover before we welcome Mostar back to our place. I'm more excited to play the Champions League games. Chat, I'm very tempted to instant result this game. What do you think? As I just sort the team out quickly, because we do need to make some changes here to rest everyone, obviously. So actually, it's pretty much a 1-for-1 replacement here. If we bring Kapanadze on, Nemanic on, Vaquero on, Vakancic on, El Kandusi can play, Oro can play, Fane can play, although I might swap those two over. They don't really mind which way they want to do it, to be fair, do they? Udvaros will play, Ilko will play, and how injured is Santos Daiba? Sorry, Trusa. He's okay. We'll bring Ramadan on for this one. Start him up top. You can easily lose some games in the league as well. We'll win it easily. That's true. You can re-sign Marcelli. Let me just look at him quickly. Oh, we could do, couldn't we? We could. No, we can't. I don't want to. We've got Durdov. Durdov's better. The money can go elsewhere. Also, chat, I'm doing it. I'm going to instant result it as well. I just want to get to the Champions League. I'm way more excited about that. Oh, we won it 7-0. We won it 7. We should instant result every game at this stage. Jeez. How many goals did Ramadan score, by the way, in that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ramadan with 5 goals in that game. Oro got a penalty and El Kandusi scored late on, assisted by Ramadan. What a game Ramadan had. Holy moly. He got so many goals. It's behind my head, actually. It doesn't actually have a goal symbol next to him. He got an assist as well. Okay, well, that's good to know. Oh, I'm just too excited for the Champions League. Okay. Ramadan dazzles the Zvolen crowd. He does there with his 5 goals in that game. How many goals did he score last season in all competitions? Because I think he got loads of assists, but I don't think he got a ton of goals. He might have already beaten his goal. Surely not. Where is he? Amar Ramadan. Last season, he's got a 9 in the league. Okay. But he's got more than half of the total he got last season. I mean, end the season there for him. He ends the season on a perfect 10 rating if we do that. That seems a little bit harsh to do to him. 26 caps for Syria, by the way. He'll be earning more call-ups after playing games like that. Right. More Slovakians. You are 26. We've not got the youngsters in the international team just yet. But youngsters should be being scouted out soon. There's not many scouting reports. I thought we had more than that, to be fair. Ramadan Golden Boot replacing Haaland in City next season. I mean, hopefully, because they might pay us a lot of money for him. And we could do with them. Although saying that, we're going to have Champions League money soon. Oh, I'm feeling confident. We're going to have Champions League money soon, chat. Injury to backup keeper, moderate calf strain, leave. Oh, 2 months. A moderate calf strain is out for 2 months. Well, let's hope that young Christoph Bartels doesn't get an injury in the next 2 months. Otherwise, we really are a bit screwed there. We have got a 16-year-old goalkeeper that we can use. But I'd rather not, if I'm honest with you. I'd rather avoid that. Okay. Again, we're going to just go back to the first team that we've got here. Although Koeman's got to come off the bench now. So we'll bring on Vaquero there. Udvaras on the bench. Oops. Vukancic comes off it for Ilko. I should probably set this up properly shortly, but I'll do it at some point. There we go. Good. Everyone is set up. Truser. Do we want to start Truser up front today? No. We'll take him off for Prekop. Prekop will start, and then we'll bring Truser or Ramadan on. I mean, maybe we should be starting Ramadan. I kind of want to leave him for the league game now, though. Yes. That's the line that we need. Proceed to the match. 90 minutes away from reaching the final qualifying round of the Champions League. We've worked hard to get here, chat. We've worked hard to get here. Win this game and we are guaranteed at least £3 million. 3.5? Is it 3.7? I think the loser of the next qualifying round gets 3.7 million. The winner gets 15 million for reaching the Champions League phase. We would get a ton of money for reaching the Europa League phase, but as for losing fourth qualifying round as well. So we'd get a good part of 5-6 million, I'd say, for losing the next match, which is very nice money to have. But the reputation boost that we'd get for being in the Champions League is worth way more than that, in my opinion. Mateta Pepe out wide on that far side, looks to cut past his man, plays it in towards Prekop. The shot is blocked behind for a corner. The fans are ecstatic here. They know what this means. We're 3-0 up on aggregate. They're waiting for what feels like the inevitable to happen. They're waiting for us to get a goal, and the party will start as we move inches closer to the Champions League phase. Durdov, who's played really well in these Champions League qualifying rounds, finds Amara Diouf, hits the post according to the commentary. I thought the keeper saved it. The commentary says post. Unfortunate there. And Pablo Ortiz can get it back out to Diouf on this near side. This time he will not turn provided. He lets it run out of play. Unfortunate there for the young Senegalese. The Champions League will really do our players a big favour as well by playing against some of the best teams in Europe. And if they do well in that as well, it will really help with their development too. There's only so much development I think our players can actually do in our league because the teams we're playing against aren't that great. For players to improve rapidly and to reach their potential, they've got to be playing against really decent opposition consistently. And arguably, you could say we might get more consistent football at that in the Europa League if we make the knockout phases. But the Champions League gives us a chance to play against Europe's elite. That's a good ball. Thankfully, they haven't scored, which is good. What are the plans if you do eventually reach the UCL League phase? Win the whole thing, obviously. Win the whole thing. That's the plan. We'll go through, win it all, celebrate, and that'll be that. 15 shots in this first half we've had, by the way. 15. I can't say we've seen many of them as highlights. But maybe we're about to now as Amara Diouf finds Blasco to his right. Forward to Mateta Pepe. Rounds his man nicely. Prekop's in space. He's got space to run into. Plays through Mateta Pepe with a great through ball, and that's a lovely left-footed finish into the top right corner of the net. Prekop. Did really well to hold it play nicely actually, and then just right at the exact moment play that ball through, and the left foot takes it into the top right corner. 1-0, 4-0 at half-time on aggregate. Red Bull Salzburg, we can start looking who's in their team. I think you start a player called Joe Riley. Is he a mate of yours? Or just your favourite player? Yes, this is second season, Stefan. Second season. So we've done really well. We won the title in season 1 because no one else turned up. Žilina got relegated. Slovan Bratislava finished in 4th, I think it was 4th. Spartak Trnava finished in 5th. They were just one below. So everyone just had a really bad season apart from us. Durdov's got a knock. Let's be wary of that. Let's get him off for And actually, I think the game after this in the league is against Slovan Bratislava. So I actually am thinking we should probably make a few changes to the better players in the team. Just to make sure we have enough going on. We need to make sure we have fit players for that game. So we'll make those changes. Hopefully not a bad knock there for Bruno Durdov. If not, Ramadan can come on and play. It's great. One of my mates known him since nursery. Oh, man, that's cool. Well, maybe we should have a look at him then at some point. See if he's worth bringing to Donetsk Kostreda. Would you say he's up to the Champions League standard? We'll just about deal with that one. Jurasek. Can't do much with that one. 20 minutes to go here against Mostar. We did the job in the first leg by winning 3-0 away from home. This one's been more of a cruise through. And now that we've in their winning position, we've taken off some of the better players to rest them up for the game against Slovan Bratislava in the league, which is a big game for us. It's a must-win game if we want to win the title. The only way to win the title is by beating teams like Slovan Bratislava, who should always be up there. They weren't last season. But I'm expecting this season for them to be much, much better. And as the referee blows his whistle, here we are. 4th qualifying round. The final qualifying round. We're there. Red Star. I don't know why I'm saying Red Star. Red Bull. Red Bull Salzburg are the team that we're going to be playing. Durdov out for 3 to 8 days with a twisted knee. He might miss the next game, unfortunately. First leg triumph helps Donetsk Kostreda. Past Mostar. Mateta Pepper on form again. And the schedule has changed. Because we now have big games coming up. So actually looks like... Oh, it's Trenčín we've got to play next, not Slovan Bratislava. That's fine. However, having Slovan Bratislava pinned right in between the Red Bull Salzburg games is tough. Because what do we do in that situation, chat? Because, okay, how have they started the league? Oh, quite badly again. 1 win and 2 draws, Slovan Bratislava. We've had 3 wins so far. Okay, maybe we can sacrifice it a little bit. Because when it comes to the league, only one team gets Champions League football. So if we want Champions League, we have to win the title. But we can... I think we have to rest and rotate a little bit for the Slovan Bratislava game. I think we have to do that. Bids coming for Blaszko, by the way, but they are tiny bids. View all offers. 80. No, for Blaszko, who's starting every game for us, if you want him, you've got to pay a lot more money than that. Blaszko is not on the move. Just rest both games' main players and focus on UCL. I see what you're saying. Yes, we'll rest up for the Trenčín game. Is there anyone else? I don't know if we need to register for this game, actually. If we put in Santos Dye, but no, we can't add Santos Dye because we're out of homegrown play. If we'd signed that other guy who actually went to Nuremberg instead, we then could have got another player in the Champions League team, but we didn't, which is frustrating. If we go back to recruitment player database, if we just add, I guess we've kind of got that already, haven't we? Have we got anyone else that's looking good, who's young, with 5-star potential maybe? I don't think the scouts have got round to those players yet, the under-23s. We don't... Oh, we could do with a keeper. Could we do with a keeper? If you're better than Jan Christoph Bartels, then maybe we could. Let's compare you to Jan Christoph Bartels. There he is. Attributes. It's actually fairly close, this chat. Jan Christoph Bartels, 27 years old, so he will be better mentally. Although flair, leadership off the ball, not the most important. Positioning is for a goalkeeper. I don't really think work rate and teamwork are for a keeper. Positioning's the one thing that's kind of letting Thomas down here a little bit. But he's got better aerial reach. He's not as eccentric. Better first touch, better handling, better kicking, better one-on-ones, better passing. I think I'm kind of leaning towards... If his positioning was just a little better, we can work on that though, can't we? He's only 23. I actually think this is a really good signing. I know we've got Ronald Koeman Jr. We're interested. 3.5 to 4.8k per week. You're asking too much on the wages. He says, no, I'm not. He's no worse than young Christoph Bartels. And he might get a little better at 23 years old too. Let's say £250,000 on this. They want $500,000. Is he worth $500,000? I don't think so. £600,000 up front. No, but I don't like that. 650. They say yes to 650. Another Slovakian player, though, who's homegrown in Slovakia would be quite good. Is that the move we need, though? Are we better off stealing a player from Trenčín? Who actually could be quite good for it. One cap for Slovakian national team already. You might be the better option here to sort of shape you into a player. And we've got money, maybe we can do both of them. Let's compare to Blaszko. He's our other youngster, isn't he? I can't remember what Blaszko's first. Oh, that's Blazek. Oops. Where is Blaszko on this list? Karol Blaszko. You are arguably better than Blaszko. As a midfielder, passing's the same. You've got better tackling. Marking similar. Blaszko looks like he's actually maybe a little more attacking with the longer shots and the technique and the vision. Work rate's a lot better. I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have him. It would not be bad to have him at all. $20 years old. Who knows how good he could be? If he's got one cap for the national team already, that's probably quite a good idea. How much do they want for him? $500,000 to $1 million. He wants a cheap contract though. Breakthrough prospects. Okay, that seems fine. $500,000 then. They just say yes to $500,000 straight away. Okay, we're throwing some money around here, aren't we? He's got that 5-star potential. We'll leave that for now. Okay. Okay, potentially 2 players joining the club. We need to add something in FM. If you have a decent player in the youth team, just make him unavailable for the next under-19 match in order to play him in the first team without moving him from the under-19s. You can do it the other way around, where you move your players to the first team. They train with the first team, but then you can say you can play for 90 minutes for the under-19s or 45 minutes and stuff. You can do it the other way around. Right, contract for the goalkeeper. Enter negotiations. He wants the backup status. None of our goalkeepers want to be first choice. Because we've got Christoph Bartels here, who is classed as backup. That's what he wants in his contract. And I'm pretty sure Ronald Koeman Jr. is classed as no one wants to be a first choice keeper here, and that's fine by me. If you want to just... Oh, you want $4,000 a week though. God, imagine how much you would have wanted as a first choice keeper. Get rid of the yearly wage rise. The wage could crush us here a little bit. Let's go to 3. 3-2. 3-5. Okay, let's get you in. They want him back on loan. Is that sensible? Is he their first choice keeper? Has he played all their games for them so far? He has. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we sign him, send him back on loan for the season, have him play week in, week out. But he'd play week in, week out for us as well, wouldn't he? Likely. Or would he? No. I think he's a project player. I think if we send him back out, get him to work on his positioning just a little bit. Because I don't think Bohemians Prague are a particularly decent side. I mean, they're fifth in the table, actually. So maybe they are okay. Which is better, actually. I was going to say, if they're down at the bottom end of the table, he's facing tons of shots. But if he's getting bad match ratings all the time, I'm going to say yes. You go back on loan. We'll keep Jan-Christoph Bartels this season. Accept the loan back. And then this midfielder is coming through as a breakthrough prospect. He wants to go on loan this season. I'm going to get rid of a loan option here because I kind of want to keep him in around the first team. He wants big wages for 20 games. I'm going to get rid of both of those to actually up his wages to like 1.8. Maybe make it... Yeah, let's see what he says to that. He says fine to that. Great. Excellent work. Okay, things are moving here a little bit. We're starting to spend our money on Slovakian players as well, which is good for our homegrown and nation stuff. They're all too old to get homegrown at club, which is fine. But we've got youth players for that when they eventually start to come through and develop nicely. I'm going to instant result the Trenching game as well here again, because I just want to get through to the Red Bull Salzburg game before we finish up this evening. I want to make sure we play those and see how they go. And we've dilly-dallied enough with transfers. So, backup game here. I'm just going to go to quick pick. A full rotation of a team apart from the goalkeeper. We want Bartel still playing here. Why are you playing at right back? Okay, it's not really done great rotation here. Kapanadze is going to be in the team there. Zabukov. It's done terrible work on the rotation. Horrendous work. I said full rotation, which kind of makes sense, but they've not rotated the players in that I wanted it to rotate in, so I should have done it manually. That would have been a lot quicker. Vukancic. Truce is going to start this one. Diouf is not a rotation there, so we're going to bring on manually El Kandusi to play the left wing. Aura is going to start as well. There we go. Instant result of the game. Oh, we've got 6 non-EU players. Oh, you. Who are you? Get Prekop on the bench instead. Rado Shalamate, good to see you. How you doing, mate? We won 5-1. Okay, good. Slav Bratislava also win. They're up to second in the table. So that game's now got a little bit more meaning to it now when we play them in between the Red Bull Salzburg games. 5-1 win there. Udbarosh there with 2 goals. Trusa, Blaško and El Kandusi. Mirko Topic is at Norwich. Is he at Norwich in real life? No. Or is he? No, I think he is in real life. He's doing okay. He's doing okay. How's Makama doing at Norwich? 13 games last season, 0 goals. It's a real shame. Available for loan. How much? If we pay 100% of his wages, no. Sadly not. Sadly not. I'm not paying $7 a week. Although he would be a good player to have. Right. We're bringing in the midfielder from Trencham, the team we just beat. 20 years old midfielder. Already got 1 cap for his country at 20 years old, which to me suggests he's got a big future ahead of him. We're also setting to sign the 23-year-old goalkeeper from Bohemians Prague, but he's going back on loan there for the season because I want to see him develop there, playing week in, week out. Are you watching Arsenal Liverpool? I'm not. What's the score? I say what's the score. I'll check it, shall I? Fop mob. Oh, 0-0. Boring now. Wow, so how much money have we got left to spend now? £345,000. 47, sorry. More bits of Blaško, you're not having him. Blaško stays. And a few more scout reports coming through for other Slovakians. but none of them catching our eye just yet. Okay. Red Bull Salzburg up next. This is huge. Win this tie against Red Bull Salzburg and we go through to the Champions League phase. To be honest, it couldn't have got much more difficult. Maybe Olympiacos are better than Red Bull Salzburg. Maybe Copenhagen. We beat Shakhtar in the Conference League last season, so we know we could have beaten Shakhtar. I would say we are the weakest side that have made it this far. We are the weakest side, so if we get through, it's a real shock to the system. I'd like the underdogs to do it, though. Who are the underdogs, though? Malmo are definitely the underdog there. Young Boys are there. We are. Ludogorets probably are, and Bodo Glimt are, I'd say. So, let's hear it for the underdogs. We're in it together. Underdogs together. The point of that, though, I was trying to go here to say, if we lose this game, we get 3.7 million. If we win it, we go to the league phase and get 15.5 million. Plus whatever money we get. I mean, if we finish 36th, there's no point really. We get £238,000. But if we manage to finish, for example, in like the top 24, an extra £3 million there. £2 million for a win. Grab a few draws. We're printing money if we get into the Champions League phase. If we lose there, we get the 3.7 million plus. Let's just double check this, by the way, just to make sure I am correct in my assumption here. Playoff round. Losers qualify for the Europa League phase, yes. So if we drop into the league phase, we get £3.5 million plus we get another £3.5 million. Okay, so £7 million total we'd get. It's not bad at all. We are guaranteed at least £7 million, chat. Whoa. Guaranteed. I'll take that. That's more money than we've ever had. What's in the bank right now? Like 3 million maybe? 2.9 million. So that'll be good. It all comes down to these next 3 games. Well, 2 really, but the league game against Slovan Bratislava is big as well. So, right. Back to the first team. Koeman's out injured, so we'll just bring on Vaquero, Udvarosh. Vukancic's got to come off as well for Ilko. And there we go. Oh, there is a keeper there. Are you a real keeper? You are a real keeper. You're 19 years old. And the under 19s. Okay, we'll put you on the bench just in case we may be needy, but I don't think we will do. Bruno Durdov, not quite fully fit after his knock. We'll start him on the bench here, and we'll bring Ilko on, who's had a great start to life here with 4 assists already. I presume most of them were for Ramadan in the 7-0 thrashing of whatever team we beat 7-0. Davey just cannot get Matt Sharpness above that yellow line, by the way. He just seems to be stuck like that. And Trusa has scored 2 goals. One in the Champions League, which must have been one of the early qualifying rounds before he got injured. One in the league. I'm going to trust him. Pre-cop, stick on the bench, fella. This is all about Trusa now in this game. Chat, this is massive. This is insane. We're about to play for £15 million as a minimum. Well, not a minimum. £7 million as a minimum, but we could get 15 million if we qualify for the champ. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money. A lot of money that we could do some good work with. And my word, am I excited for it. Listen to that music. Listen to the crowd. Red Bull Salzburg at home here. I've been to the stadium. It's a fairly nice stadium, to be fair. There's some really good beers on the inside. The pretzel was a bit too salty for my liking. But the only thing salty after this game is going to be the Salzburg fans after we thrash them. God, Amara Diouf straight in there with a foul 10 seconds into the match. Less than 10 seconds in. That's what you love to see. Davey then brings the ball forwards and puts a corner into the middle. It's been cleared. Only as far as Mateta Pepper, though. Back to Davey. He's got so much time to shape up a shot. Doesn't shoot. Finds Mateta Pepper. And he puts us in front 5 minutes into the game to stun the home fans into silence here. Oh my word, Mateta Pepper, what have you just done? The man keeps delivering. He is my goat. Completely unmarked, and what was the defender doing there? He kind of like Matrix leaned back, didn't he? To like get out of the way of Mateta Pepper there. Okay. Perfect start to the match. Only two of the games happening at the same time as us. I guess other games happen on a Wednesday night instead, so we'll keep tabs on those. It looks like actually Brann and Victoria Pleasant must be the league phase pathway. So we didn't notice those before, so that must be league phase pathway, and then Red Star, Malmo, us, and Salzburg are champions pathway. So we'll keep tabs on those. Oh my word! And we're holding our own against them, by the way, chat. It's like 5 shots apiece, fairly even possession. And Amara Diouf has unleashed Davey down that far side of the pitch. Mateta Pepper is in support. Diouf and Co waiting in the middle. Blaszko now back in towards Davey. Oh, and Ilko could have given us... Oh, it's offside anyway along the way. I thought there was probably an offside there because there was one guy who seems to be way further forward than everyone else. That's okay. That's all right. Everything's going smoothly right now. They do still have a very good team, Salzburg. Karim Konate's been kept quiet. Mads Biestrup in the middle has not been able to do anything. And the goalkeeper has had a blunder. He's come out to try and clear the ball, and I don't think he got a touch on it. He drops to the floor a little bit there. Yeah, he didn't get anywhere near it. But he's on the floor. And Ilko spots the open goal, takes his chance from distance, and we're 2-0 up. Oh my word, okay. I was not expecting us to be in this position. Was not expecting us to be in this position at all. That's not Samson Bader, is it? No, Edmund Bader, a different Bader. I'm going to say he's not a winger. Address for team. Very happy the way things are going. Keep it up out there. If you get UCL, get global scouting range. Yes, completely agree. Definitely worth it at that point. I want to try and get a few more scouts in and things like that as well, because I think we've only got 3 or 4, so we'll have to ask for like more staff essentially. Excuse me. Free kick for Salzburg. Oh. Now this is going to go to VAR. And I suspect the VAR will agree here that there was a shove in the penalty area. Amara Diouf shoved over Yao. And now is a penalty. Right, this is also the perfect time to switch to the free cam and get a really good angle of this penalty, because you don't get this angle properly in normal Football Manager apparently. I just wish the key was a bit less responsive. Look, that'll do. Jan Christoph Bartels, come on fella. I believe in you. Perhaps I was wrong too. Perhaps I was wrong too. That's the wrong camera. Back to broadcast. Now this is a little bit frustrating, because a penalty like that could really give Red Bull Salzburg some momentum put them on the front foot. And they are starting to flex their muscles a bit now. 14 shots to 9, a lot of them coming in the last 5 minutes or so. I think it's time we made a few changes out there because Diouf has not played well. Trusa is going to come off for pre-cop. We're going to bring Ramadan on. Where's he gone? There, apparently, for Diouf. Both midfielders not playing great either. Caponante is going to come on at right back. I'm going to bring Fane on for Blaszka. I think we need experience on the pitch rather than youth at this stage. Let's just try and see things out. Stay 2-1 up. Stay in control. Victoria Pleasant taking lead over Bran. Red Star Belgrade and Malmo still 0-0. Good result for Malmo that as it stands. Away from home. We took our chances well. Particularly with the mistake the keeper made to make it 2-0 at the time. But those changes seem to have just settled things down a little bit here. And as we approach the 90th minute, 4 minutes of added time, there is a highlight. And it's not looking good for us as Salzburg bring it forward. Huge challenge. Fenn does so well there. But then we give the ball away immediately. Oh, what a sucker punch. What a sucker punch. It was coming. It was probably coming. We saw from the match stats, and maybe with 10 minutes ago we should have done a bit of shutting up shop. But we were in control for the first 50 minutes or so, weren't we? Until they scored their penalty. That's when things flipped. And Amara Diouf, the man that's come in this season to be our superstar on the left wing, is the man that may have caused us some issues here. However, can we do something special here? Wow. It's 3-2. The left back Davy has come forwards. And I think, again, it's the goalkeeper who's made a massive mistake here. Because Davy, does really well to avoid the slide challenge. And the keeper gets his hands to it, but just can't get enough behind it to stop it going in the back. Okay, 3-2. Wow. Oh my God, can it be 4? Could it be 4? Caponazze's corner. 8 seconds to go on the... This might just be the closing highlight of the game. But I would love it if it's nodded in the back of the net by Ortiz. Not quite. Ramadan's got a chance now to put it back in the middle. Hits the crossbar. Oh, man. Imagine if that had gone in the back of the net. That was special. No one gave us a chance and you played magnificently. We've won 3-2 on the night. Can we do the same thing at home? The issue we've got, though, is our next game is Slovan Bratislava. It's a huge game in the context of winning the league title. It's a huge game. But we are going to have to rotate for it. I don't really want to, but we're going to have to rotate. That's the only way for it. Udvarosh is wanted on loan. That might be a sensible loan to do. To get him playing more football. He has played every game for us so far this season, but that's because we are You know what? No, we're going to keep him. We'll keep him at the team. Because actually, if we do get Champions League, we will rotate a fair bit to try and keep players fit enough for those Champions League matches to make sure they have the best chance possible of winning it right. But I think we are going to have to rotate. Although Vakancic has picked up a knock, so he's going to miss the next game, isn't he? Bartol Barisic, by the way, begins his rehab phase for his torn ACL. It's still 2 to 4 months away. Vakancic out for a couple of days. He might be alright to play in the Slovan Bratislava match, but we'll see. Catman, our Lincoln going up. I don't want to talk about it. I feel like I might jinx it. I get really nervous talking about it. Because if Lincoln go to the Championship, it would genuinely be
can't say if it's too loud because Laura's in the house and we did get engaged recently. But it would be... Would it be the best day of my life? It really might be.
So, I get nervous talking about it. Almost £1 million bid for Mateta Pepper. No, we're not doing it. He's our best player. Oro wants to start more games. Fella, you've got to understand that you are now a rotation player. Can you be a squad player? He says yes, that's fine. So he's happy, that's okay. Roma want Mateta. It's a good sign for us if Roma wants him. But we need to keep him. At least for this season. Hopefully, when we're in the Champions League, you know, the valuation of our players gets boosted massively. That's what I'm hoping for. Because he's worth more than $1 million. I mean, have you seen how he's played so far in the Champions League? He's scoring goals left, right and centre. We're only where we are because of him. Metatepe went to Feyenoord because I got an intermediary suggestion to sign him. Interesting. How much did he go for? Do you know? Are you playing your safe right now? Do you know? This is interesting, isn't it? Jacob Co. 2-star. The next news item. Oh, it's a different Jacob. Jacob Kadak there. That makes more sense. Who, of course, we tried to sign. He went to Nuremberg instead. That was really frustrating. We did miss out on Jacob Kadak. Right. Game against Slovan Bratislava. Everyone's actually fit, to be fair. I'm going to make a couple of changes, though. I want to get Durdov back on this game for a little bit. I'm going to bring Capanadze on and Vaquero. Fane's going to start ahead of Zabukovnik. Where is... We need Ramadan on the bench, don't we? I'll get this keeper off as well for Prekop. And Prekop's going to start the game. But I think we'll make a few subs. But I kind of want to keep relative strength in this for now. Teams are warming up, please wait. Okay, I will do. Right, been a good run lately. Get out there and impress me. Go to the dugouts. Slovan Bratislava. Who have they got then in the team? They've got that Marcelli guy that everyone kept telling me to sign. If he scores against us, we're going to be... I'm going to regret that, obviously. But we're in the green and orange. It's a nice kit, to be fair. Against Slovan Bratislava in the blue. Already, they're saying in the news that this is a battle for the title. Slovan do not have any European football this season. They have no distractions in Europe, so they're playing a full strength lineup here as far as I'm concerned. We've got to rotate a little bit to try and keep ourselves aware of the Red Bull Salzburg game coming up. It's the worst possible time we could have had to play them. Play them in a week's time, perfect, that's absolutely fine. Play them a week ago, I'd have felt much better about it. But this is literally the worst possible time we could have played them. Right in between the two most important Champions League games of the season for us. So we are having to play some first choice players here. Bationa goes back to Fane. Vaquero forwards to Capanadze, who's out of position, but he took the free kick. No, corner, sorry. And that's why he's out of position. His shot hits the crossbar. Oh, man. Tough to do. Went to Feyenoord for 2 million, did not play well. Not play at all, weirdly. Asked to leave for his playing time. Contract expiring. Went to Spezia. Or Spezia wants him. Poor Mateta Pepper. 2 million is a good barometer, though. That's, you know, we can understand what we could get for him. So we know the bids right now are way too low. Diouf uses Vaquero, back to Diouf. Diouf cuts it across the penalty area, but somehow the Slovan defenders get there just in the nick of time, and actually they now launch a counter-attack down this near side of the pitch. But luckily, they don't do much about it. That's fine by me. 5 shots to 0 for us so far away from home. They are going to be fuming that we are dominating the game at the moment. And their fans will not be happy about it either. I'd be happy with a draw, but given the match stats right now, if we don't win this game, I'm going to be really upset. Ball cleared out from the back. Won by Ortiz in the air. Mateta Pepper has got some space to operate in. Great little bit of few passing to get it through to Amara Diouf. And the Senegalese international has given us the lead here, silencing the home fans. Although they were pretty quiet already, to be fair, because their team are being absolutely dominated here. Prekop again plays a great defence splitting pass there. And Diouf's effort in the back of the net. Ortiz to Blasco, there's Vaquero. Forward to Diouf. And if we can get another one before half time here, we're in the money. Not quite. Durdov back from injury, looking pretty sharp. What is that out of possession formation? What do we do out of possession? They do a very similar thing to us, except we keep two DMs and drop our attacking midfielder back to centre mid. They seem to move out of possession a DM forwards. That doesn't quite make sense to me. Unless they're trying to play a high pressing football and they're trying to like step forwards. I don't know. It's kind of working for them though, because they've now scored. Against the run of play, they're back in it. How many shots have they had? One shot. That's all they've had. And that was enough for them. Shows the quality they've got there, right? Shows the quality that Slovan Bratislava have in their team. Half-time 1-1. It's fine by me. Fine by me for now. As long as they don't take points away from us. Dig in and give what you've got. We are going to make some changes in the second half though. Diouf and Durdov and Mateta Pepper are all going to have to come off, I think. Maybe Ortiz as well. But we need to make sure we keep them in tip-top condition for the Champions League. Lingba does well to get past a few of our players there. Okay, that was too easy for them. Durdov is not actually playing that well in this game. Neither is Mateta Pepper. They're both having quiet games. Maybe it's just better to take them off now. We don't have Udvarosh on the bench. That's frustrating. I didn't think about that, did I? You silly idiot, Tom. Okay. Well, actually no. Ramadan can play through the middle. Durdov's going to come off for Ilko. El Kandusi comes on there. Ortiz will come off for Nemanic. And Oro for Blasco. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do. We'll make 5 changes all at the same time. Rest them all up. We'll take the draw. Hopefully. Let's hope they don't bottle us now, our players. I mean, look at the match stats. I've just looked at them. 22 shots we've had in this game to the 5 of Slovan Bratislava. How we've not put more of them in the back of the net, I do not know. I think we did hit the woodwork once or twice, didn't we, as well? So that's part of it, I guess. But, bro, this is not what we need to see. However, Ilko is trying to prove himself here as one of our new summer signings. His cross is cleared, but only as far as Vaquero. Finds El Kandusi, who uses the confusion in the penalty area to put his shot past the keeper into the bottom right corner of the net. It's a low shot from the right foot. And now we're 2-1 up here. God, imagine having 23 shots and not winning a game. But looks like we are in the process of collecting 3 points against our big title rivals, who will come back at us this season, I'm sure of it. There are going to be games where we slip up, and they are going to be good, but not good enough to beat us today. Pre-cop there with our third of the game, and that just about settles it. We actually seemed to get better once we made the substitutes and got the starters off, weirdly, so we'll take that. What does that do to the table? 15 points, 4 ahead of Košice, Rožen Barok on 10 points, Spartak Trnava on 9, sorry. And we're going to be 7 points ahead of Slovan Bratislava when the referee blows his full-time whistle, which should be any second now. Come on, fella. Do the right thing. Now you can blow your whistle. We'll not score that goal. That's fine. There we go. Slovan Bratislava 1. Donajska Streda 3. Huge win for us there. And now we can just focus. Now we can just focus on the biggest game of the series so far. We are 3-2 up against Red Bull Salzburg. I keep wanting to say Red Star Salzburg. I don't know why I've got the Red Star and Belgrade in my head. I don't know. But it's there. Also a few more Slovakians now. Oh, he's 26 and expensive. So I won't scout you out just yet. I thought we were starting to get to the youngsters. Yes. Okay, so you're like in the under 18s. 6'4", by the way, as a right back. We've got right backs already. We've clicked on his profile quite a few times already. No one else is there as young, so I think it's just him that's come through so far. But we aren't going to pay too much attention to it. It seems like you're not losing quality when using subs. Pretty balanced squad. It seems like we've got a pretty, well-balanced attack at least. I think Ramadan as a backup option is just insane. He should be a starter in this division, but he is. And here we go. Potential issue with Ramadan. He wants to start more games. He's going to get cross. He's got 4.5 stars of current ability, and yet we're not starting him. Right, can we tell him? Can you be a squad player? I wouldn't be happy with that. It's not a good idea. Okay. I'll play you more often when it's possible. Let's say that to him. He won't start against Salzburg, that's for sure. Although maybe he should. Maybe he should. I feel like Amara Diouf has not played brilliantly in the last few games. And maybe a bit of experience is what is needed. Roma making... Oh, okay, now we're getting up there. 1.2 for Mateta Pepper, but it's only 350 up front. Again, we're going to reject it. Mateta Pepper stays. Fella does not leave the club. And now the game is here. Okay. Right. I want Caponete to start ahead of Roy Torres here. Because he actually is the better player. We just want Roy Torres to play because he's got high potential and he's doing quite well so far. Koeman injured. So we'll get the backup keeper on the bench. Vukancic not registered, so we shall get Vicario on the bench. Udvarosh on the bench. Ilko on the bench. What's the youth done in his last few games? Well, he got an assist against Slovan Bratislava. But then previously, didn't play well in the first leg against Red Bull Salzburg. Is that enough for me to say, let's start Ramadan, let's get some experience on the pitch instead for this game? He's got a point to prove, does Ramadan, so, you know, let's maybe play into that a little bit. Pre-Cop's done well as well, so I'm going to start him ahead of Trusa. I think that is the team. Go to match. Wow. Biggest game of the series. Win it, and we take £15 million as prize money in the Champions League phase. Lose, we get 7 million for dropping into the Europa League instead, but it's just not the same. It's not the same. Pick up from where you left off last time out. Eric Prekop seemed inspired by that. He had a very good game last time out. As we welcome Red Bull Salzburg. With Konate up top. Terzic at left back. It's a really, really good side. We were 2-0 up in the first leg against them. They brought it back to 2-2. And then we scored a vital 92nd minute winner to take the 3-2 advantage here into the second leg. That's all that we have right now, a 1-goal advantage. We've got to start quick, we've got to start fast. Another early goal would be absolutely perfect. We scored our first 5 minutes into the first leg. If we can do that again, it really puts Red Bull Salzburg on the back foot. It really puts them into panic mode. Alex, you've joined at the perfect time. 90 minutes, that's all it is. 90 minutes to decide who goes to the Champions League. Dua and Bidstrup in the middle is really good for them as well. Ball over the top to Ramadan is good. He's got a point to prove here. He wants more game time. We're giving it to him. Let's see what he can do here. If he gets a goal, I'm going to have to start him over Amara Diouf, which is a weird thing to say because Amara Diouf is such a good wonder kid. Just like we wanted. Just like we wanted. An early goal here. Bruno Derdov gets on the end of Capanadze's low cross. Capanadze justifying his start today. He gets the nod ahead of Roy Torres. And in 5 minutes, he's proved why he got that nod. Bruno Derdov gets him on the end of his low cross there. And 5 minutes in, we are 1 just like the first leg. First leg, we were 1-0 up within 5 minutes. I think we were 2-0 up within half an hour, maybe, to be fair. And then it all kind of fell apart when Amara Diouf gave away a penalty. They scored the penalty. They then got a nice goal from open play later on. But then our left back, Davey, he was the one who saved the day at the end. Schlager, the goalkeeper, did make 2 mistakes, which led to 2 of the goals for us in the previous. That was not a mistake by Schlager this time, though. That was just pure class from us. And Zabukovnik, space to operate. Goes back to Batayono, though. Ortiz already on a yellow card. That's something to be careful and wary of. But Capanadze cuts inside. Oh, it does work out in the end. And Bruno Derdov's shot from distance has to be pushed over the keeper. Pushed over the bar by the keeper. 32 minutes on the clock. Schlager lofts the free kick forwards down the far side of the pitch, but we win possession back. Mateta Pepper skips past the man, lays it off to Ramadan, gets it back just outside the D. And Mateta Pepper, the man who we just turned down a £1.2 million bid for, makes it 2-0 on the night, 5-2 on aggregate, and the Champions League is calling. I can hear the sound of £15.5 million landing in our bank accounts. I can hear the call of Man City and Barcelona. I can hear Kylian Mbappe coming to Slovakia and our fans chanting at him for 90 minutes, telling him he's useless as he can't score for Real Madrid when we snatch a late 1-0 win. I can hear it all happening. Dear Foot Manager gods, I know I've sinned again by speaking too soon and getting too excited. I did not mean to cause any distress or harm or upset. I did not mean to... I'm sorry. Please don't do this to me. Amen. Alright, let's calm down now. Let's stop the hyperbole, or hyperbole, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Hyperbole, probably. Blasco to Davey out wide. Ball forward is not good. Mads Bidstrup intercepts it, and Edmund Beidou finds Karim Konate in front. Now, Red Bull Salzburg are starting to get into their stride. Ball forward, intercepted. Blaszko can bring it forwards. Mateta Pepe finds Ramadan to his left. And Ramadan does well to regain possession and lay it off to the man of the moment, Mateta Pepe. 6 goals in 8 Champions League qualifying games, and 2 of them have come tonight. In the most impressive of styles, both his goals have come from outside the area. And we regain a 3-goal advantage over our Austrian opponents. Mateta Pepe should be on a 10 rating tonight. Oh my word, what a player. What a player. Trauner brings the ball forwards then for Salzburg, and he finds Edmund Baidu out wide. Forward to Karim Konate, who I'm surprised is still at Salzburg. He usually moves on pretty quickly because he is insanely good, and that's why. Puts a great ball over to the middle. 3-2 on the night, just as it was in the first leg. We've got a 2-goal lead. Let's not get too upset just yet. Matthias Element, good to see you. Welcome in. You're joining at a very dramatic moment here. Red Star 2-1 up there against Malmo. Can we see aggregate scores here? No, because that still says 3-2. Oh, maybe that's 3-2 from the first leg, 0-0 from the first leg. So Red Star going through as it stands. Olympiacos drawing with Young Boys right now. And Victoria Pleasant 3-1 up. Okay. Not that we're too fussed at the moment. What do we say at half-time? We've had a lot of shots so far, I'm happy. Let's just try and keep morale high. Mateta Pepe, you're having the perfect game. Let's keep that rolling. Let's keep the energy going. But we're going to learn from our mistakes of the first leg. And I think with about 20 minutes to go, if it's still a 2-goal margin, we'll start to shut things down a little bit. We'll take some of the intensity out of the game. Thankfully, I think Konate is offside there. Please be offside. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's too early to start shutting the game completely down. Oh, but I'm starting to think about it because this Salzburg side are good. I mean, defensively terrible. They've conceded 6 goals to us, but they are good going forwards. I don't think that one was offside. Oh, no. Oh, my word, it was. Oh, okay. Okay. Chill out now. Chill out. Prekop's having a terrible game, by the way. Should probably take him off a trucer in a minute. I thought he got an assist, but apparently not. Capanadze crossing to the middle. Cleared. Only as far as Davy. Davy now into the edge of the penalty area. Gets past his man. Low cross. Ramadan shot. Blocks. He's got 2 assists to his name tonight, Ramadan. And somehow Red Bull Salzburg have managed to clear the ball up the pitch and hold on to possession quite nicely. Ball through to Konate's good. Oh, what a challenge. Pablo Ortiz, you are a beautiful, beautiful man. But Kjærgaard looking for a hat-trick. Almost gets it, to be fair. There's only 60 minutes on the clock. Why is the second half dragging on so much? Let's get Trucer on. Neither midfielder are playing particularly well out there. They look positively chuffed and extremely delighted. Positively chuffed. You can tell this is made by British people, right? Positively chuffed. That's incredible. I think we get Blaszko off and bring it more experience on in Fane here. But I think as we approached with 20 minutes to go, we've got to start thinking about closing the game down properly. Let's just see how his highlight goes first. But I think we'll drop to balanced. We'll do a bit of time wasting. Is 20 minutes too early for that? I'm really starting to second guess myself right now. Unless I think Truce is offside. Yeah, linesman's flag did go up. Didn't score anyway, which is fine. I'm going to hold on for 15 minutes. As in 15 minutes to go. Right, I'm doing it. Drop to balance. I shouldn't have done that. I've got to wait for the next break in play now to make more changes. Quick! Right, instructions. Tempo, standard. Time wasting, more often. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. Now I need to, right, go back. Time wasting more often. Attacking transition. Hold shape. Out of possession. We want to just go into a mid block, not a low block just yet. We'll keep triggering the press. No, we won't. We're going to regroup. We'll go standard. We're just going to try and see the game out. Although we've got a free kick here. Ramadan. Good ball into the middle. Trucer can't win it. It drops to Matata Pepper back into the middle. If we get a goal here, it's all over. If we get a goal here, it's all over. If we get a goal here, it's all over. Ramadan has done it. He complained to me that he wasn't getting enough game time. We gave him the game time in this match, and he's rewarded us with an assist and the most important goal with 10 minutes to go. Donetsk Streda 4, Red Bull Salzburg 2. It's 7-4 on aggregate. What are we going to do with that Champions League money? Cry. Have a bath in all the cash. Probably actually invest it into our training new facilities, get those up a little bit, help develop our players even more. Spend it on a ton of new players for next season. I think we're happy with the players we've got right now, maybe. We'll just try and sign youngsters. We'll look for wonder kids. I don't even care if they score a goal right now. It's a good goal. It's a good goal, Bischoff. But it's too late now. Well, is it? I guess they could do some damage. And how much added time have we got? 5 minutes! Come on, ref. Blow your whistle. That's it. That's it. 7-5 on aggregate. What a tie, by the way. What a two-legged appearance. I'm lost for words. We've done it. Donetsk Streda beat Red Bull Salzburg in Champions League action. Bartels can't... I mean, maybe we shouldn't have sent our new goalkeeper out on loan. Maybe we should have kept him around. But there's the initial £86,000 for appearing in the Champions League playoff path. We're going to just keep pressing continue. Wait, 12.7? I thought it was 15.7 million. 12.7 after qualifying for the Champions League. Hang on, let me just double check the rules here. 1 second. League phase. Right. Participation money, 15.4 million. We've been shortchanged by £3 million here. What's that about? Who do I need to talk to get my extra money here? Hey? Not even that. Right. Let's just look at the bank balance. 15.9 million in the bank. Look at that. Beautiful. Facilities, great training, great youth facilities. Now we've got this money in the bank right now. Let's say improved training facilities. They'll get back to us on that one. There's not actually an option to improve youth, is there? Why is there not an option to improve youth? We can buy our stadium. What's going on with that then? Let's go to increase junior coaching. And only cut back youth recruitment. No increase on that, interestingly. Decrease junior coaching. I don't know, that's strange. Right, ignore that for now. What's going on in the stadium then? Normally it would tell me like how much we're paying for it, but it's not telling me. So I don't know. We'll see. Right, let's see who we get to play then in the Champions League, shall we? Got money from previous round. Oh, come on. Boo. Refuse to believe it. Right, also, completely forgot as well, one of our new signings is in the under-19 squad. Get yourself into the first team. You need to play first team football, fella. Squad, move to senior squad. Right, now let's have a look and see who we play. We have got Bayern Munich, Victoria Pilsen, Wolfsburg, Atletico Madrid. Oh, it's not actually scrolling. This is a terrible screen. Oh, there we go. Shakhtar, Galatasaray, Inter Milan, and Feyenoord. They are some tough fixtures, you know. We've not been given an easy ride through this. Bayern Munich, that's going to be a loss. Victoria Pilsen, I reckon we could win that, you know. Wolfsburg, it'll be a loss. Atletico will be a loss. Now, we beat Shakhtar last season in the Conference League, so I think actually we could beat Shakhtar Donetsk. And if we can beat Shakhtar, we might get a point against Galatasaray. Inter and Feyenoord, you know, they're not going to happen for us, I don't think. They're going to be losses. 7 points. I think we could get 7 points. And what did 7 points get you last... It's not showing me last season as well. Oh, for God's sake. Stupid game. It won't show me what happened last season, but 7 points is what we're aiming for. That might... It's going to be right on the cusp, isn't it? 7 points. It's going to be right on the cusp. Would have been nice to have played like Slavia Prague. To be fair, actually, I think we've been doing quite nicely with a few of these games that we've been drawn with. Wow. I can't believe we've done it. We're here in the Champions League, in the league phase. We've come through all of those stages, and there we are. You're right. Let's go to recruitment. Adjust the scouting budget. Let's just pop it all into scouting there, and then we'll get our scouts. Oh, we should also, now I think about it as well, is go to club staff, increase. Oh, it's just wages, not the number of scouts, because we could do with more scouts. Because if we look at our club staff, oh, we've got 2 scouting spots open. Okay, that's good. We can get 2 more scouts in. That's fine. We'll do that then. We'll definitely do that. But then recruitment, player database, scout the world, baby. Show me your Brazilian wonder kids. Show me your... Oh, he's 33 years old. I was going to say show me your African wonder kids, but he's 33, so we'll ignore you. I bet you're upset you want to sign for us now, didn't you, Marco? Although saying that, I don't think I actually put the bid in originally for 2.5 million. I think I'd sort of held off on that a little bit, to be fair. So I won't blame you for not joining us. I will blame everyone who rejected us. You know who's a damn fool? This damn fool on. You're a damn fool on. But saying that, he's actually still on the bids from other clubs. So maybe we didn't... I don't know what's going on with him either. Look, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. We're here now in the Champions League. We've got tons of cash to spend next summer. We're going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. We are going to finish up the stream here this evening, though. So thank you very much for tuning in for what's been a very eventful stream. But we've done some fantastic stuff, and I'm so happy that we've made it through to the Champions League phase in just Season 2 as well. It's going to be fun. We're going to get destroyed, but we're here, and we've got the money. It's in the bank account. That's the most important thing. It's in the bank account. I'm going to save the game while I just do this as well. Back next week for some more streams. It might be Monday, it might be Tuesday. Not entirely sure. I've just seen that Timo, thank you much for the raid. Much appreciated, fella. Thank you for dropping by. Sorry that we're leaving so soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for another stream. As we carry on with the Dunajska Streda. The champions of Slovakia. The champions of Europe. Destroyers of Red Star. Red Bull. For fuck's sake. Red Bull. I've ruined it. I'm ending it there. See you next week, everyone. Lots of love. Goodbye.